Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. We got the New England Patriots versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. We got Mac Jones versus Jalen Hurts in a Week 2 preseason matchup with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the fucking channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on the Cash App, $ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, the link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. The game is on NFL Network. Your boy's been watching a lot of film, doing a lot of reading, growing the Twitter fan base, getting closer and closer to 1,000 followers. Obviously, going through the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook. As we all know, it's hard to be able to get people to follow you on certain social media platforms. And I'm grinding, I'm interacting, I'm vibing. Things are going very, very well. I had a big uptick in the Twitter followers here in the last couple days. Like I said, we're getting closer and closer to that 20,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. Once we hit that number, I will be doing a NFL jersey giveaway with maybe a hat, as well as maybe a t-shirt, something of that nature. We got the Northwest Sports Fanatics annual Fantasy Football League. We're going into year 3 on that. We'll be doing that here in the next few weeks, right before the beginning of the regular season. Nola in the building. Daredevil in the building. Michael Pierpont in the building. Fly, Eagles, fly. Qued's going to go off. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Quez. We saw the speed in week 1, and I want to see a little bit more. Too Fast 49. Bang, bang. Niner gang in the building. Too Fast 49. What to do? Mr. Dugas. Eagles fly, Eagles fly. Too Fast 49. I ended up watching the Chiefs and the Niners. I probably watched that preseason game about 3 times now. They've been showing some of the matchups from the previous week. Obviously, they have the Eagles game in week 1 as well. So I'm just trying to get as much action in. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Nola, Daredevil, Pierpont, Too Fast 49, Mr. Dugas, all of the family, the Fanatic family in the building. I appreciate every single one of y'all. We'll wait for a few more people to hop in the room. We got about, looks like 7 minutes before the game starts. I'm going to be doing as much coverage as possible. Work has been, busy and then slow, busy, then slow, but your boy's always grinding. So I might end up doing the Chiefs versus the Cardinals tomorrow. We got a doubleheader tomorrow as far as the matchups. You got Bengals and Washington, which I want to see like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, but I don't think Burrow is going to be playing. And then with Washington, I want to be able to see their defense and see what's going on. So that'll be on tomorrow. But also, you got the better matchup. You got the Chiefs versus the Cardinals. So I'm a little bit more intrigued by that matchup. So I'll probably call both of the games at the same time if I am able to do both broadcasts. Then there's games on the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, but also it's SummerSlam weekend. So I'm going to be doing a live stream. Obviously, my boy Swaggy P should be in the building for SummerSlam on Saturday. Then they got the NXT TakeOver on Sunday. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Bird Gang 114, what's up at the game? Can't wait to see Smith play today. Bird Gang 114, I am fucking jealous, man. I wish I could go down to Philly. I've been trying to experiment with different backgrounds, different looks, different editing. And this one kind of captivated me a little bit. I was like, oh, you know what? It would be better if it had fans, obviously, in the building. But I like it, man. I like it. I like to be able to kind of switch it up. And we're getting into a good matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles at home playing against the New England Patriots. And obviously, we got tomorrow, we got the Bengals and the Washington football team, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs going against the Arizona Cardinals. Hybrid in the building. What to do? Yo, Ravens flock in the building. Anyone know if Cam is playing? I would assume so. I would assume that they want to be able to see what he is going to do. Otherwise, this is the first time that I think I've seen, because we haven't really gone over my feeling based off the quarterbacks. When you have 5 high-profile quarterbacks, usually like one pans out, maybe 2, right? We were lucky to have Eli, Big Ben, and Phillip Rivers, back in 2003. And I don't want to, hit the brakes too soon, and I don't want to pump the gas too soon, but this might be, based off the coaching situation and based off where these players landed, this could be, has possibility to be, maybe the best NFL quarterback draft of all time. If we can get guys to step up to their role, step up to their game plan and exceed expectations. Okay. So I already know Trevor Lawrence is going to pan out. The Jags are going to be really fun to watch. Sleeper is Zach Wilson. If you look at Zach Wilson and who they have on the roster, they got a pretty good offense. The offensive line, and obviously we know some injuries happened today in Jets, training camp as well. But the defense is a little bit of a piece of work, a moment of trying to reestablish that defensive identity from Robert Saleh. I get it. But I really like Zach Wilson. I think he's got the strongest arm. He's going to really show a lot of flashes in his game. He's the closest thing to like a Patrick Mahomes-ish kind of arm throw, like an Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Zach Wilson's got it. So I already know he's going to succeed. We just need them to be able to get some more free agents, keep building the O-line and the defense. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets make a wild card in the next couple years. Same thing goes for Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. In a couple years, I would be very shocked if either team made it this season. But anything is possible in the thing that we call the NFL. And then going to Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, a great spot for him. He's already outplaying Andy Dalton. He could start week 1. You already know Trevor Lawrence is starting week 1. Over guys like Gardner Minshew and Minshew Mania, Mustache Minshew. Even though I love Minshew as a backup, could, join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a heartbeat. I'll take him. All right. Then we know Zach Wilson's the franchise guy. This could be maybe the second coming of a Joe Namath-ish type of figure in NYJETS, Jets. All right, Justin Fields played the best out of any of the rookie quarterbacks. He definitely looks like he can play the part. They got the Rams week 1, and a lot of people are like, no, we don't want to have Aaron Donald or Jalen Ramsey, shake the confidence. But let's just be real about it. Who's going to be able to move the chains and give the Bears the best shot to win? Justin Fields or Andy Dalton? And the answer is clear. It's Justin Fields. This guy could really put Justin Fields and Chicago on the map. And, they have Jim McMahon and Jay Cutler. They've gone through a lot of quarterbacks. This could be their best franchise quarterback of all time. And I'm excited to see the progression and the growth. So Justin Fields plays great. I would start him week 1, just like Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. You're going to get fucked up. You're going to get sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. It's going to happen, right? But who gives the Bears the best shot? Andy Dalton? Right? Or Justin Fields? I think it's clear. Justin Fields, even if he makes mistakes, you can live with that. At least I could as a Bears fan. Okay, if he throws a pick, he fumbles the football, I don't care. This guy can use his legs better than Andy Dalton. All right, he can end up extending plays. He just has that good football IQ. Not trying to slander Andy Dalton, but we've been there. We've seen that. We've done that. All right, go to that guy. Then we go with Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. You can tell already based off the preseason week 1, he's the better quarterback in my eyes than Cam Newton. They don't want to cause drama in the locker room, so they'll let Cam Newton be the starter and wait for him to fuck up, pull the plug, all right, get his ass on the bench, put in Mac Jones. But I think that if they had their choice, without drama happening with Cam or Bill or Josh McDaniels, they would probably want to go Mac Jones right away. He seems comfortable in the offense, kind of like a Tom Brady stature. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady by any means, but I think that he gives them the best shot to win over Cam Newton. Not hating, just based on what I see on the film. All right. And then last but not least, Trey Area. We know Trey Lance. All right. Had a lot of incompletions, like 5 for 14, sack lunch 4 times. I get it. But he had that long 80-yard bomb against the Chiefs defense. Very, very surprising that he was able to do something like that in week 1. Obviously, you can go with Jimmy G. He's going to be the guy that's the game manager. He'll make mistakes just like Trey Lance. But I would like to see all guys, honestly, start week 1. Is that going to happen? No. You're probably going to get 2 guys, Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence, starting week 1. Justin Fields, Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. And Trey Area will have to wait. But with these 5 quarterbacks, I can honestly say, it gives me kind of a feeling where I think all 5 could be successful in their own right. And if that ends up happening where we get 4 out of the 5 or 5 out of the 5, that's good for the NFL moving forward because Big Ben is on his way out. Phillip Rivers is already out. Eli's out. Breeze is out. Brady will be out pretty soon. So you're getting this new younger generation. And not to mention Tua taking a big leap in his game this year. But more importantly, Joe Burrow and my boy, Justin Herbert, showing everyone in the world why he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, even though they could have split the award with Double J, Justin Jefferson. He was definitely deserving. But I think people are going to really realize, me being in Eugene, me watching front row, Justin Herbert is the best quarterback in that class, and Justin Herbert will probably be the best quarterback out of last year's class and this year's class, in my personal opinion. Not trying to be biased, but that's just my personal opinion. I think the Chargers are going to make the playoffs this season, and you're really going to see what a top 10 not only fantasy quarterback, but a top 10 quarterback in the league is in Justin Herbert. And I think he's going to be creeping on Lamar, Kyler, Josh Allen, and these other great competitors for that top 5 status, being right there on the borderline of number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. And I think he's got it. So that's kind of my take on it. I haven't really thought this way in a long time. Usually when there's 3 to 4 quarterbacks, I'm like, okay, we got one guy. Hopefully there's another guy, and then the other 2 are going to fail. Or we got 5 guys, maybe one guy succeeds, and the other 4 guys bomb. But in this kind of world that we're living in right now with the COVID and all, I really think that there's an opportunity where all 5 guys could have success. And the guys that are borderline, you're thinking maybe like Trey Lance or maybe Mac Jones. Who Mac Jones? They're on the Niners, and they're on the Patriots. So they got great coaching behind them. I don't like Nagy with Justin Fields, but that seems like a good fit there. And then you already got Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer, I got it. And you got Saleh and Zach Wilson. So it's all really coming together. Let me acknowledge everybody in the room. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Nola in the building, Daredevil in the building, Michael Pierpont, fly, Eagles fly. Quez going to go off. He did week 1. Let's see if he can use the burners and get past everyone. Speed kills. He'll do it again. Nola in the building, Too Fast 49. Bang, bang, 9 again. Trey Area in the building. Mr. Dugas fly. Eagles fly in the building. Bird Gang 114. What's up at the game? Can't wait to see Devontae Smith play today. Hey, me too. Me too. Too Fast 49. Anyone know if Cam is playing? I would assume he's playing because they need to be able to see who's better, Cam or Mac Jones. But just like I said, if Andy Dalton starts throwing it in the dirt and Cam Newton starts throwing it in the dirt, Fields throws for 2 or 3 touchdowns, right? Or Trey Area starts to play better. It's going to be a conversation in the locker room on who's going to give them the best shot. I mean, if you want to go 4 games in, go 2-2, and then pull the rug and then set that, starter, Cam Newton, Andy Dalton to the bench, that's fine, Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think that not only for the fans, but I think for the players, you look at the body language, everyone plays harder for the quarterback that they like the best, whether they want to admit it or not. And another guy, Jalen Hurts, being a guy coming into the system, what if we get Deshaun Watson? Or what if we, get a different quarterback? Let's pump the brakes. I like this guy. I think he could be a top 10 fantasy football quarterback. If you have a bad year and you get 3rd or 4th place in the NFC East, possible. You could end up getting 1st or 2nd. In the NFC least, we don't really know. Right now, if I'm just kind of breaking down the roster, I like the Washington football team with the most balance. Danny Dimes, and obviously the Giants, there's question marks with Danny Dimes. Dak is injured. I don't give a fuck what you say. So if he's not really ready to throw a football, let alone cake with his right hand, he's got to switch it over to the left hand and throw it on Hard Knocks. That's not a good look. All right. So I'm really worried about the Cowboys. I mean, I know Micah Parsons will be great, but Dak's health is going to be a big key. And with the Eagles, they already know they're in kind of rebuilding mode. But if you sleep on them, they'll punch you in the mouth, and they might end up winning more games than people think. Do not disrespect the Eagles thinking they're going to win 2 or 3 games. But if you end up having a bad season and you win, let's say 3 to 7 games, let's say you have injuries, the offensive line, same type of thing as last year. If you get 2 or 3 hitters, guys that you really hit in the draft. And I know the Eagles haven't hit in the draft in the past few years. They've kind of fumbled that away. Howie Roseman and Dougie P. I get it, right? But if you end up hitting on the draft and can get guys like Kayvon Thibodeau, beefing up the defense with Fletcher Cox, beefing up some more weapons at wide receiver and running back, it'll be interesting to see where the Eagles can go, regardless, if Deshaun Watson comes or not. I would prefer that he doesn't come and they can build around Jalen Hurts. It's like a Dak Prescott 2.0. And like I said, Dak probably would have smashed every passing record last season if he didn't get hurt. Now we're going into an extra game in the season. So it's very possible where we get 5,000 yards, 50 to 60 touchdown passes in either this season or next season. There could be a guy or some guys that are going to be very close to that 5,000 yard passing number or 50 to 60 touchdowns. If you remember, Peyton Manning, I think, had like 54 when he was breaking shit off in Denver. So I'm very excited to see where it goes, and I'm excited to see the development of guys like Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert, all right, Tua Tagovailoa, Joe Burrow, as well as these guys, with Mac Jones, Mac and Cheese, all right, seeing what he can do. All right, I want to be able to see the development in Justin Fields. I want to see more. Trey Area, I want to see that. Zach Wilson, all right, Trevor Lawrence. I don't think I've been more excited for 5 quarterbacks. I was excited for Tua, Burrow, and Herbert last year, but the excitement with these 5 guys is a little bit more, because the two guys that you would probably be like, Mac Jones and Trey Lance, I don't know, but they went to the teams that have amazing coaching, so I feel good there, right? You got Justin Fields. I don't really like the coaching there with Nagy, all right, but it's a good fit for him there, and we already saw what he could do in week 1, even if it was against some backups. I get it, all right? And then we know Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, they just need to keep beefing up that roster, and eventually they're going to be very, very competitive, and I think people are sleeping on these 5 quarterbacks. These guys might be a little bit better, and if it all ends up panning out where you get all 5 guys panning out and being pretty damn good, or 3 out of the 5 or 4 out of the 5, this could be the best quarterback class of all time. I don't think we've had hype like this for 5 quarterbacks, not that I can remember, and I've been watching football since 1985. Hybrid in the building. What to do? Bird Gang in the building. No Clan Jolly in the building. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Panthers in the building. I know Nola and some Panthers fans got into it on Twitter. It was straight comedy for me. Don't be sleeping on the wide receiving core of the Carolina Panthers. And don't be surprised if the Panthers get second in the NFC South. Obviously, right now with the Saints defense, offensive line, Sean Payton, you're thinking that's the team that'll get second. But let's just pump the brakes a little bit. I think the Panthers will be a lot better. And, not only this season, but next year, CMC's got to stay healthy. But if you look at that wide receiving core, it's very special. All right, Eagles with the return. Go, go, go. Nice tackle. Let's go. Juan Gotti talking sports. So Ryan's streaming a lot of Washington this year. I love it. I'm going to be streaming a lot of Washington this year. Can't wait to see them play. They are my favorite team at this point for the NFC East. Too Fast 49. In the building. Bird Gang 114. Eagles are benching half of our defense. No Slay, Graham, Cox, Barnett, Josh Sweat, and Hargraves today. Unfortunate. I wanted to see that. You got Joe Flacco out there. Zach has nice potential. Zach Wilson, definitely. The Jets got a nice coach in Robert Saleh. Going to miss him as our DC, but excited to see what he can do. Let me see here. I'm going to try to go through all the comments here, as well as call the game. Too Fast 49. I agree with you. Saleh leaving is going to be a concern, but we'll see where it goes. I'm excited what he can bring the Jets, and we want our shitty teams to be good. The next team up is going to be the Detroit Lions. Really praying for them to have a good year. Nice run. Go, go, go. First down, or very close to the first down for the Eagles. Miles Sanders. I thought he could be a top 12 running back last season, had some injuries. The offensive line was depleted. Look for this guy to have a big year this season. Nola going to get Madden 22 tomorrow. You should be donating some money to your boy instead of getting PS5 and Madden, my guy. Support your boy. Justin Wills in the building. What to do? Juan Gotti. So, Ryan, your Mariners are going to be a playoff team for sure next year. They're getting closer and closer, but what's going to happen is once they get the talent, they'll just trade away all their talented pieces to the Yankees, the Cubs, any good solid team. Nice little check down. Go, go, go. Nice gang tackle by the Patriots. So I never really get too worked up. We had Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson, the big unit, Ichiro, Edgar Martinez, Jay Buhner. We've had some guys, but anytime we get good, they just trade those guys away to the real contenders like the Dodgers, as well as the Houston Astros, Yankees, all of the above. And it's kind of sad. Big facts. Let's see here. Justin Wills, Nola, Hybrid, Jake Z 199-456. Howdy. See now in the building. What to do? Stu Vision in the building. What to do? No love for Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts is going to be elite. Fumbles it. Oh. He coughed it up. Wow. Woo, shit. Like that? 3 plays into the game. Let me see it again. Jesus Christ, who is he snapping that to? Fucking A. No help for Joe Flacco. God damn. Stu Vision, an Eagles fan, we aren't rebuilding. Hurts will be an MVP candidate. Carry on. Not an MVP candidate. Obviously I have no bias, and I call it right down the middle. You can be an Eagles fan all you want. I follow the Eagles just as heavy as Eagles fans themselves. You are in rebuilding mode. Look at your roster. Look at the age on some of the guys on the defense. The offensive line is getting older as well, even though I love Brooks. Maliata, obviously, doing his thing for being a rugby guy. Lane Johnson, and you got Kelsey. You got a lot of studs. Dillard, a lot of injuries. Handoff up the middle, gain of a couple. But, if you compare your roster to Dallas, Washington, and the Giants, there's a little bit more overall depth in those rosters. So I'm not saying that you're not going to be a good football team, but be realistic. You are in a rebuilding phase, but that's good. All right. Because then if you guys hit on some draft picks, get guys like Kayvon Thibodeau, a pass rusher to add to Fletcher Cox, another wide receiver, more defense. It's going to be really, really eye-opening as we go forward. But that's my personal opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. I'm not sure if Jalen Hurts is going to be elite, but I think that he can be a good quarterback, and I like him. Damian Harris, touchdown Patriots. Come on, Eagles. I know a lot of guys are on the bench and they're not playing, but you can't turn the ball over like that. Offensive line play and defense will be very critical. It's not going to be the Dallas Goedert or the Zach Ertz or the Miles Sanders or the Jalen Hurts. It's going to be Brooks, Kelsey, Dillard, these guys, Lane Johnson, they're the ones that are going to really have to carry the team. You got Fletcher Cox, Big Play Slay, those type of guys on the defense, but they need a few more pieces on that D, in my opinion, to get back to where they were, in 2017. Panthers fan, what has New Orleans done in the past decade? Waste of a dynasty. Panthers fan already trying to cause problems with the Saints fan. Extra point is up, and it's good. 7-0 New England. Finley, Gina Battisti. That's why I hate NOLA fans. They always like to talk all that. Finley doesn't like it. Jalen Hurts going to be an even better than Randall Cunningham. Woo! Well, I mean, it all depends on the coaching, because I'm not sure if, Sirianni is the guy. It seems kind of like a hard ass like Joe Judge on the Giants. We'll see if it works. I'm not sure if that's the guy, that's going to lead you to the playoffs, lead you to an NFC championship game. But every team, is good for a while. And then you have to usually rebuild. Usually the good teams will have about 3, 4, 5 years of great football, and then you got to rebuild. So even if you're rebuilding, that doesn't mean that you can be, a good team, but if you are rebuilding and you can hit on your draft picks, hopefully with Howie and the rest of the crew and Sirianni, you guys can go from 3rd or 4th this year, if that ends up happening, and go jump all the way to 1st next year, depending on how the draft turns out and Carson Wentz, if he plays the snaps or not. But you're going to be getting 2 first-rounders and a second, maybe 3, depending if Carson can start playing week 1 or week 2. Stu Vision, bang, $2. Jalen Hurts will be an MVP candidate. Carry on. We will see. I'm hoping that he has a good season. No Clan Jolly back with a new Ultimate Team video. Let's see. Dak Prescott from the Cowgirls came into camp fat, out of shape, and can't run, and will be a bum this year. Totally disagree. If he ends up being healthy, he definitely will have one of the top 10 offenses in the league. The defense should be better with Dan Quinn, D coordinator, obviously, of Seattle, in their nice run that they had in that Super Bowl era. Legion of Boom. All right. When we went to the Falcons, obviously couldn't really do it as head coach, but I disagree. And if you think about it, Jalen Hurts is a Dak Prescott 2.0. So a lot of times when you guys were hating on Dak, when you had Carson Wentz, now you bring in a guy that's pretty much the same type of player, maybe not as good as Dak just yet, but I do believe in Jalen Hurts, even though a lot of people do not. See now, if Rule whiffs on Lego Man Sam, think it'll be another lost season, going to be on a short leash. I think Sam Darnold personally is better than Jameis Winston. I think Sam Darnold's better than Taysom Hill. It just depends on if you can click with the offense. The offensive line is going to have to play good. But if you look at the weapons that they have at wide receiver, at running back, on the defense, there's a lot of potential with the Panthers being pretty good this season. That's just my personal feeling. And like I said, with the Saints, if they would have drafted Asante Samuel Jr., they fucked up, didn't draft him. He's killing it in camp for the Chargers. You fucked up there. That should have been your 1st-round pick instead of Peyton Turner. 2nd-round pick should have been Terrace Marshall Jr., who's balling out for the Panthers. Now, if you would have picked those 2 players like I told you to, then we'd be having a different story about the Saints in the media right now. All right, but since you didn't go that route, now you're going to see these 2 guys ball out, and I think you guys really won't recover from that. Leaving those great pieces of talent on the board, you will see. You will see. I mean, I've been watching the camp. Patriots kick off, but Marshall looks like a beast. A lot of potential. Asante Samuel Jr., beast. Not saying that Peyton Turner can't be a beast, but it definitely was a little startling with the draft and the pieces that they have. They picked Saints guys. Let's hope that those were the right guys to pick. KK's uncle, if you look at Lattimore, is a top 5. Even if you beat him at the line, he'll still be on your hip hybrid. I'm not sure if Lattimore is top 5. Yeah, I'm a Bucs fan, but I have a lot of love for the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons. I think he's outside of the top 5. Sometimes he plays like a top 5 corner, and as a rookie, he was top 5. But every year after that, he's been injured. Yeah, he can lock up Mike Evans. I get that, if that's your argument there. All right. But there's other guys out there, Jair Alexander, Gilmore, Jalen Ramsey. I think a lot of people would take those guys over Lattimore. Obviously, you can be a homer and love your guy. We all have guys on our own teams that we love. I think you could say Lattimore is, a top 10 if you want to be a hater, top 12. But we need to see a little bit more consistency, more interceptions, and a little bit better play consistently on a game-in, game-out basis. That's just facts. Julian Edelman is a better quarterback than Winston and Taysom Hill. Look at this. 102? Man, you got a lot of time to be able to make 102 fake accounts to troll. Hilario. Man, what a day. All right, 7-0. Let me update. Let me get in here. And I got to update some stuff here, like the score. One sec. I love it when trolls come out, you know. I love it. I love it. Got to have the haters out there, right? Is Edelman coming to Tampa Bay? No, I think he's retired. I think he's New England through and through. Obviously, if I was going to have someone come through, if you want to be able to make some noise, instead of Edelman, which could be a piece. We have Antonio Brown, who got in a fight, fly like a butterfly, sting like AB in the joint practice today. Ripped off a guy's helmet, punched him right in the face. We'll see what kind of discipline that we get. Raiders got into a fight. So it seems like there was 4 or 5 fights today. When you ever have these split practices, it happens. Eagles with the punt. Go, go, go. Oh, go. Shake and bake. Nice gang tackle by the Eagles. But, I mean, Edelman would be nice. I saw T.O., Terrell Owens, he's like 46, 47 years old, hasn't been in the league, in 10, 11 years. Wouldn't it be a crazy story if Tampa Bay ended up signing a 47-year-old T.O.? Because I think that T.O., he still works out with Tyreek the Freak Hill and some of these elite speedsters. People saying that, he can't do it. If Brady can get out there at 43 and 44 years old, that's a different category than T.O., but T.O. is a Hall of Famer. We already know that. Obviously people wanted to kind of throw shade at him based on his words and his cockiness and the way that he acted. But throwing him up, in the red zone, one-on-one, I think that T.O. probably could still beat a few people in the NFL. Not every single safety or corner or linebacker, but, it's interesting to see. I don't think Tampa or any team is going to sign a T.O. at that age, right? But if anyone could do it at an older age, I think T.O. could be that guy, that even though he's 47, if you treat him as like maybe a 35 to 37-year-old, you never know what you might be able to get out of a player like that. Very interesting, but there wouldn't be that many teams that would do something like that. But God, if the Bucs signed T.O. as like the 5th wide receiver, oh man, I definitely could see some matchup problems. And like I said, if he doesn't have to play the whole game and it's just situational, Edelman or T.O. would be fantastic. These guys would obviously be, ring chasing, playing with Tom, trying to be able to extend the legacy. But I don't really see either one of them coming back. But hey, I would definitely take Edelman as well as T.O., but I don't think we really need them. I think we're still the best team in football, top to bottom. If you look at the offense, the defense, the coaching, the Chiefs are right up there. And you got the Rams and everyone else in the NFC West, the Niners, Seahawks, and the Cardinals. You got Green Bay. You got the Bills. You got the Browns. You got the Titans, Chargers, New England. There's going to be a lot of good football. And I can't wait to be able to call all of that. But, yeah, I don't think we really need Edelman at this point. I don't think people forget that Lattimore locked up Julio, but if you look at outside circles outside of Saints fans, I don't think that people outside of the Saints organization or the Saints fan base think that Lattimore's top 5. I think there's, at least probably 5, 6, 7 other corners that are better. I'm not saying that he's bad, but I think we just want to see a little bit more consistency, out of a player like that. Played awesome his rookie year. But since then he's kind of declined a little bit. Still a good cover corner, but I think there's still a few other guys that I would personally rather have. But he's still a pretty damn good player. I just think, sometimes, if you're a homer, you're going to try to give that guy, your guy, a little bit maybe more credit than they deserve. Cam Newton, play action fake, steps up in the pocket, throws a laser. Oh, big hit. Big hit. First down. Patriots move the chains. But like I said, That'll be a big question, Marcus Williams and Lattimore. If you go back into the 2022 free agency list, the Saints got a lot of players that are going to be available. Tampa's got a few with Godwin and a few others, Carlton Davis. So I'm very interested to see where certain guys are going to fall next year. There's going to be a shitload of movement. Handoff up the middle, gain of 2. Just across the 45-yard line. But I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Make sure you guys subscribe to the fucking channel. All right. Smash the fucking like button. Donate to your boy if you can. Either on the Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatic. 7-0, 9:28 left in the first quarter. Cam Newton. Shotgun set, looking. Flick of the wrist. Nice stiff arm. First down, Patriots. All right, Cam, this is what you wanted to see as a New England fan. You wanted to be able to see some competitiveness. You wanted to be his throwing motion isn't really as smooth as some of the other quarterbacks, but we've always known that for Cam. It hasn't really been the smoothest delivery. Point A to point B. He obviously is a fighter. He's a guy that, likes adversity. Never going to be the same player that he was in Carolina, but I like the effort so far. It's Cam's job to lose. It's pretty much how it goes. Andy Dalton's job to lose. Jimmy Garoppolo's job to lose. Cam staring down his receiver. Nice spiral right there. Just short of the first down marker. All right, Jacoby Myers. Come on, Eagles. Show me something. Who's going to shine tonight? Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts. I'm excited to see both. That's why we end up doing a lot of these preseason games. And these games mean a little bit more because there's only 3. All right. Obviously with the Hall of Fame game 4, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, but most teams are just going to have 3 and they were popping right in. So, every game matters. You want to at least see a couple drives, a couple series in week 2 and week 3, maybe even a half of your first string offense and defense, depending on how you feel, with the injuries that you've been having or the fights that you've been having in training camp and just these practices that are, matched up with different teams. It's been very interesting to see the level of competitiveness, obviously the banter, the shit talking. And it seems like every NFL game that I watch or baseball, someone's getting into a fight. Someone's throwing bows in the crowd. So I don't know if it's just COVID or people are angry, but lots of fights, a lot of anger, a lot of beer, a lot of shit talking, a lot of people getting knocked the fuck out. It's going to be a very interesting year in sports for NFL and college football in 2021. That's facts. All right, 7:58. I'm looking at this beautiful 43-inch HD TV. It seems like 4K. The picture is fucking amazing. I just was waiting so long to be able to get a beautiful TV in here. Still don't have the wall mount. Cam, under center, halfback toss. Nice gang tackle by the Eagles. Finley says, I honestly feel bad for Dalton. He's a nice guy, but casual fans, no offense, be hating on him just because he declines. Well, like I said, even with the Bengals, he had limits. He took him to the playoffs the first 4 or 5 years, but, being a second rounder and then having A.J. Green in the first round, you kind of know that he's just going to be a game manager. He's not going to be able to lead you to a Super Bowl. He's just not that kind of guy. He's just that wily vet that's been around 10 years. But you can already tell with the Bears, Justin Fields gives them the best shot to win. Trey Lance gives them the best shot to win. And then you can debate either Cam Newton or Mac Jones. But I like the way that Mac Jones went out there. A lot of confidence. And like I said, I could see all 3 of those guys starting sooner than later. No later than week 5 for all 3. Could be sooner than that. And then we already know Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence will be starting week 1. A-Guy, Raiders in the building. Message from a Golden Eagle. What to do? What up, Ryan and NWSF, Trevor Lawrence, and Team Tebow? What happened? Yeah, disappointed. But after Tebow shown that he cannot block properly, that was it. You have to be able to block. It's one thing to be able to catch passes, but you got to be able to block. 3rd down and 6. Patriots up 7-0 in the red zone. Cam, flick of the wrist. Short of the marker. 4th down. Good defense there by Singleton and company. Jalen Hurts supposedly has an illness. Oh, fuck. Well, I want to be able to see him out there and ball out. Alex Singleton. Wow, look at that journey. Look at that. Journey signed as undrafted, released by Seahawks, signed by Patriots, released by Patriots, signed to Vikings, released by Vikings, signed by CFL, signed by Philly, signed by the Eagles, signed a 1-year free agent deal. Sometimes guys have a journey. Hopefully everyone is having a fantastic day. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Now we got a field goal attempt. The game is on NFL Network. If you didn't know, field goals up. Wide right, no good. Field goal kickers have been absolutely fucking dog shit this preseason. They can't make extra points. They can't make field goals. It's wide right, it's wide left. It's like I'm watching Bobby Bowden, rest in peace, and Florida State from back in the day. Wide right, wide left. These guys can't make a damn extra point or field goal. Sad, 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 but it is the truth. But I appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to the fucking channel. I've been making some great gains on Twitter, Instagram, all the different social media feeds. I think I had maybe 200 new followers on Twitter. So, I'm getting closer and closer to getting the Twitter account, to about 1,000. So I'm getting closer and closer to that. And then once I get to 1,000, I'll be able to get it higher and higher. But obviously trying to manage Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and hang out with the fans and being able to do my research in the film study and my regular job. Sometimes it's a challenge, but it's exciting, man, to be able to get the channel closer to this 20,000 subscriber mark, 3.4 million views. We'll be closer to 4 million sooner than later. Over 1,100 videos to choose from in the library, live streams, original content, reaction videos. But we need a couple hundred to be able to get to that 20,000 subscriber mark. Once we get there, I'll be doing a jersey giveaway, and I'm excited about that. Northwest Sports Fanatics Fantasy Football League. We'll be doing a selection, for 8 different members to be a part of that here in a couple weeks. Draft will be right before the season starts. So I'll have 8 spots open, and I'll be doing a video on that if that's something that you guys want to be involved in. It'll be me, Zini Panini, the winner from last season, a big Eagles fan living in Wisconsin. And then we'll have 8 spots open. Very excited about that. But this is going to be an amazing season for the Northwest Sports Fanatics. This is year 9 of me and the dream. Year 5 on YouTube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 years in on YouTube, 9 years in recording. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. And that's big facts. Does anyone have the football link to the stream? The fake one. The Last Saint. So do you think Carolina is making the playoffs this year? Justin Wills. No, but I think that they could definitely compete, for second place with the Saints. You know what I mean? Would it be impossible for them to make the playoffs? No, but with all the NFC West teams being solid, one team out of the NFC East, maybe Washington. Tampa will probably be the only team there. Green Bay, maybe Minnesota. So there's not a lot of wiggle room for a team like Carolina. It'd be like Carolina, the Saints, the Vikings, and then the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles. All you guys are going to be just, trying to go for that last spot. I'm not sure who's going to be able to get it, and that's big facts. The Last Saint, if you have Twitter, like I said, you can hit me up on Twitter, and I can send you a link if you need one. Zini Panini ended up sending me a link, and I can get you a link if you need one, but you have to message me on Twitter, so that way I can do that. If you go to Twitter, it's ORION_NWSF. If you do need a link to this game, or any game for that matter, I can hook you up. Raiders were fired up this week. I hope they do it during the season, not just practice. It's going to be the offensive line and the defense. That's going to be really the big key for the Raiders this season. Message from a Golden Eagle, my boy. We had the biggest NWSF hater in the building earlier, which was very interesting. Made like 102 or 103, 104 fake accounts. You really got to be a hater to make 104 fake accounts to troll. I love it, though. Bring them on. Handoff up the middle on 1st and 20. 6:22 left in the first quarter. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button. Donate if you can. Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And you can get merch. Northwest Sports Fanatic merch. I actually got a brand new hoodie. They're nice. I actually got it a couple days ago. Tried it on. Better quality than the last run. Super fresh, only $34.99 if you want to rock one for hoodie season, which we're coming up. The weather is going to get cooler as we get into football season. Nice screen pass right there. Let's go. Juwan Bentley with the tackle. Nice gain on 2nd down, making 3rd down somewhat manageable. Smash the like button. Donate to your boy. If you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch. Link is below every video on the YouTube page. And follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. Appreciate that. It's from NFL Shop from like 20 years ago. I'm always rocking the unique merch. 3rd down and 9. Pressure coming. Oh! Almost there. Appreciate that. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. Oh. Got to hang on to that football. Come on, Devontae Smith. You're the Heisman winner. Hang on to that football, my guy. Lots of expectations there for you. Fourth down and 9. Not the start that the Eagles wanted with a lot of guys not playing tonight. Fields the punt. Shake and bake. Nice tackle. Sit down. Hybrid, I have not. Like I said, I have a lot of the old school retro video games, and I just don't have a chance really to play video games anymore, to be honest. I mean, I want to be able to go on Twitch and play Madden and 2K with the fans. I think I could, have a good audience with that, and I think I could grow, on Twitch. But, with all the reading and the research and the film study and the Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook and on YouTube and having a regular job, for 30, 40 hours a week on top of this, having 2 full-time jobs, I just don't have the time to be able to do it. I wish I did. I mean, if I didn't have something as important as this, obviously I would be playing and I would be on Twitch probably all the time. But at this point, I got to be able to, really prepare myself for the 2021 season the only way that I know how, by reading and grinding out with the film. Watching Pat McAfee show, Good Morning Football, and just doing all the research that I need to do to be successful for the 2021 season. And that's big facts. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It's Thursday. Tomorrow, we got a doubleheader. We got the Bengals versus the Washington football team. They're down to a few names. I wonder if they're going to go with the Washington Red Wolves. That's my favorite out of all the team names. They better not stick with Washington football team. That would be kind of lame in my opinion. I mean, at least go for an animal so we can get like a new uniform concept, new helmet concept, maybe with a wolf on it. I think that would be dope. But Red Wolves is my favorite. So you got Washington football team. I think they're the team to beat in the NFC East as of today. Going against the Cincinnati Bengals. Burrow probably will not play, but I want to see Jamar Chase. And that'll be on tomorrow, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Arizona Cardinals. Mahomes versus Kyler. Both teams should be in the playoffs this season and be able to make somewhat of a deep run. We already know Kansas City has got to be the best team in the AFC, but we'll see how good the Cardinals are in 2021. So I might call both at the same time. I'll probably watch one on the TV, and then I'll have another one on my phone. And so, when the first string, guys are out there for the Bengals in Washington, I could probably call a little bit of that. But the mainstream, if I'm able to stream it tomorrow, will be the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Arizona Cardinals. Both games, I think, start at 5 p.m. tomorrow. One's on ESPN, and I think one is on NFL Network. But I don't have a problem calling multiple games. I can do it. I've done it before. Facts. Love Pat McAfee. If I can get a follow back from Pat McAfee or be on the show one time, I know if I called in, he would remember me, with Boston Connor and the rest of the boys there. Like I said, you just got to be able to have a good voice, have the energy, which I know I have. And I can't really call in from 9 a.m. to noon. That's when I'm working. So unless I could sneak away and call into the show, but then you're on hold forever. But I'd love to be on the Pat McAfee show calling in, and that's the kind of the dream. You want to be able to grind, build a legacy, and hopefully some door will open for like a Pat McAfee show or Good Morning Football or Fox Sports or ESPN. You got to have the passion, the energy, the drive. You got to have the knowledge. There's a lot of things that have to fall into place, and it's not necessarily what it's who you know. But I know my door will open sooner than later. That's big facts. 7-0 Patriots. 4:22 left in the first quarter. 2nd down and 5. Cam still in the game under center. See if they can pour it on and add another field goal or touchdown to the game. Play action fake. Cam avoids the sack. Go down to the check down man. Oh, fumbled but he got it in midair. James White with the reception. First down, Patriots. Move the chains. Anything that you guys have to ask that's NFL related, any questions about your team, your rookies, the landscape of the NFL, what I think that's going to be happening this year, feel free to comment in the chat. Like I said, I don't ignore anyone. I go through everyone's messages, in any live stream that I do, regardless if it's a game, or an original content live stream, reaction video. Obviously, I'll get to all the comments and all the people in the room. Fanatic family, you guys are the best fans on planet Earth. I love you, and I appreciate you very, very much. The grind to 20K is real. Play action fake. Cam steps out of the pocket. Nice little safe check down to James White. No. Sony Michel. All right. In Eagles territory on the 46. Eagles defense definitely missing some pieces there, you can tell. But I'm excited to see both teams progress this season. I don't think anyone really is giving the Eagles a shot this year, in the NFC East. So we'll see how they play with the underdog role. They love that underdog role, and they'll hopefully will be able to, have a good season. But if they don't, it might end up benefiting them with all the draft picks that they can get next year. Nice screen pass with the check down. First down, Patriots rumbling and a bumbling on this Eagles defense. And as far as the Pats are concerned, you got Mac Jones, you got Cam Newton, but I still think that there's a lot of teams ahead of them in the pecking order. Kansas City, Cleveland Browns, Buffalo Bills, Tennessee Titans, Los Angeles Chargers, and then you got teams like the Dolphins and New England might be, matched up. You got the Ravens. We'll see what the Steelers do. They might surprise some people. I'm not really a big believer in Big Ben anymore, but they might be a little bit better than we're giving them credit for. Handoff. Running over to the left-hand side. Nice gang tackle by the Eagles. Can't wait to see Stafford in, obviously, LA. It's going to be fun to watch. NFC is very competitive. AFC is very top-heavy, but you still got teams that could surprise some people like the Chargers, the Ravens, the Pats. They could definitely compete, maybe not for 4 quarters with the Chiefs, the Browns, and the Bills. And we'll see what the Titans can do with their new offense with Julio. But I'm really excited to see the progressions of the teams in the AFC, the favorites, and then the mid-tier teams, as well as the NFC teams as well. Let's go. Minute 20 left. 1st and 10. New England up 7-0. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Help your boy get to 20K. If you can subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, donate to your boy, share it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media platforms you have, it would be greatly appreciated. Cam, hands off. Nice tackle by the Eagles right there. Clip those legs, baby. Let's go. Get Mac Jones in the game. Miami will forever regret not taking Justin Herbert. But yeah, a lot of y'all were telling me how horrible Justin Herbert was and he couldn't make the throws. I watched him front row in Eugene multiple times. So I already knew that he was going to be better than Tua and Burrow. Obviously Burrow and, LSU and, that magical, team that they had. Play action fake. Cam, wide open. Down the sideline. Touchdown, Patriots. Come on, Philly. Wow. The Boo Birds are already coming out. But I agree. They're not, and the thing is, if they would have had him last year, they would have made the playoffs. They already are going to be hitting on their draft picks from this year, next year, and the following year with Brian Flores. What could have been if they would have just went with Justin Herbert? But, it's just like the New Orleans Saints. They should have went Asante Samuel Jr. in the first round instead of Peyton Turner, and they should have got Terrace Marshall Jr. from LSU, and they're never going to be able to hear about it more and more and more than from your boy and a lot of other experts out there. They really missed on those 2 picks. Extra point is up. No good. Can you make an extra point? Fuck no, you can't. 13-0 New England. Jake Z199456. Are you going to any NFL games this year? Orion, I'm a diehard Vikings fan. Finally get to see a game live at US Bank Stadium. Week 5 against the Lions. Skull. And here's the football being back. Facts. Yeah, I'm going to try to go to Seattle to see Russell Wilson play. Obviously, I'm a Buccaneer fan, so the Bucs aren't coming, to Seattle, so I'm not going to be able to see that. But I try to make my way up to Seattle at least once a year for Mariners and Seahawks, so we'll see if I'm able to do that. I'm definitely going to be going to Eugene unless they shut everything down with COVID. Right now with Oregon, we're back in COVID protocol where you have to wear masks, so it kind of sucks. But, yeah, definitely going to try to go to Seattle to see Danger Russ play. If I had one matchup that I could go see, it would be Seattle versus the Niners. A lot of passion in that matchup. That would be the one that I would want to watch, or Seattle and the Rams, Seattle and the Cardinals. A divisional matchup would be the one that I would want to watch with Danger Russ. Danger Russ going against Trey Lance. Trey Area would be fantastic. That would be my number one choice. Yeah, people thought that Herbert couldn't throw, but like I said, everyone's got their opinion, and I like to be able to make my own judgment based on what I see and the film that I watch, not just because some talking head on ESPN told me this guy's good or not. I haven't watched SportsCenter in 10 plus years. Their product has really gone downhill. And like I said, I'll watch Pat McAfee show, Good Morning Football, and that's about it. And everything else on NFL Network. And that's facts. CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. CeeDee Lamb. That's another one. He's my top 3 favorite young wide receiver, not including Jamar Chase, from this draft. But CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, and Justin Jefferson. Those are my top 3 wide receivers. They are going to ball out. And it wouldn't surprise me if A.J. Brown as well as Justin Jefferson creep up into top 5 conversation sooner than later. Nice catch. Floater caught by the Eagles, but a flag is on the play. But sometimes it's fit, you know what I mean? And Tua, lefty, Alabama, coming in and winning the Natties, and obviously Oregon, we don't really have a whole lot of success with our quarterbacks, Joey Harrington, Dennis Dixon, Kellen Clemens, a lot of the guys didn't really just pan out. Marcus Mariota, we had guys that have even won the Heisman like Mariota, but they haven't really panned out. But with Justin Herbert, he could be our best player that maybe Oregon's ever had. I think that he has potential to be a Pro Bowler and All-Pro. He could end up being the best Charger quarterback of all time, even better than Dan Fouts or Phillip Rivers. I truly believe that if he stays healthy with his game, I think that he could lead that team to a Super Bowl. I don't know if they can win the Super Bowl, depending on who they have surrounded around him or if they have the right coach in place. But I really do like Justin Herbert's potential to be one of the, top 10 quarterbacks in this league already and getting closer to that top 5 status week in and week out. That's big facts. I don't think Wilson over Fields was bad, though, because the thing is, if Zach Wilson or Fields, anyone that goes to the Jets, that's the worst situation. It's not that Saleh's a bad coach. It's just look at the division you're in, and the best player they had was, Jamison Crowder last year. But if you look at the roster and the pieces that they have at running back and wide receiver, they got some nice pieces there. Defense still needs some work. Offensive line needs some work. But I think you're going to start seeing Zach Wilson rip it, and he's got really good throwing motion, and I think he's very confident. So even though Justin Fields, balled out for Chicago against some second and third stringers, if Zach Wilson was out there on Chicago, he would have did the same thing. You know what I mean? Zach Wilson's got the strongest arm. You know what I mean? So out of anyone in the draft, Trevor Lawrence has got the intangibles. He's pro ready. Zach Wilson's got the strongest arm, kind of like a Josh Allen. Give him some time, and then he'll start getting the pub, okay? Justin Fields, he's got the athleticism. Trey Lance and Mac Jones are slept on, but they got the best coaching situation to kind of give them that competitive edge to creep up to Fields, Lawrence, and Zach Wilson. So that's why I think all 5 guys could succeed on their rosters. And I haven't said that in a long, long time. How many jerseys do I own? Shitloads, like 20 to 30. I got like 10 Buccaneer jerseys, probably like 10 Oregon Duck jerseys, 3 or 4 Ken Griffey Jr. sewn jerseys, couple Blazer jerseys, Dame Dalla, a couple of those, throwback jerseys. I got a bunch. But obviously Ducks, Oregon Ducks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Seattle Mariners for Griffey. When I met him when I was 7 years old, met him and Ken Griffey Sr., met Sandy Koufax, Dodgers legend, from the 50s, my dad's hero. So I usually have jerseys of those 4 teams: Blazers, Seattle Mariners, or Dodgers for my dad, and then Ducks and Buccaneers are my 2 favorite, hands down. The Asian sensation is in the building, Kevin Nguyen. Hopefully you haven't made too many bets, but if you have, come to your boy. You know, if you need to make a bet, your boy's on it. All right. Haven't got a Super Bowl winner wrong in like 20 years. If you need money, I got you. Fantasy football, I got you. You need to make a bet, I got you. Kevin Nguyen, my boy, how are you? Asian sensation. Asian domination. Asian persuasion. Ooh, back shoulder fade. Just out of reach. Hopefully you're doing good, my guy. Jake Z, 199456. Good question. So I live here in Oregon, and obviously I've been watching football since like 1985. So I've been watching for a long, long time. Started around 3-4 years old. You know, the Seattle Seahawks are the closest team to me since Oregon doesn't have a pro team, as you all know. I'm a defensive guy. So I'm a linebacker guy, DN, D-tackle, safety, corner, and offensive line guy. Most people are offensive guys where they like quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end first. I like to be able to give some love to the positions that don't get a lot of love, defense and offensive line. So, you know, Seattle never really had a good defense. You know what I mean? They've had, you know, Cortez Kennedy, Steve Largent. You know, you've had some guys over the years in Seattle. So I didn't have a connection. I rooted for the Niners when I was a kid as far as offense. You know, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Tom Rathman, Brent Jones, you know, Dion when he was there, you know, Romanowski, Merton Hanks, Mr. Chickenhead himself, right? But after the Niners won in 94 with Dion, I just had a feeling that, you know, if I claimed them as my team, they didn't really have any defensive guys that I really loved besides Dion, and he was leaving. So I figured, you know, I need to pick a team that I can really connect with. And then in 95, you know, Warren Sapp got drafted, you know, to the Buccaneers. Derek Brooks got drafted. Watch both of them at the U for Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks at Florida State. Love them. John Lynch was already there. Rondé was coming in, Rondé Barber, you know, and you got Mike Allstott from Purdue. So a lot of these hard-hitting decleater guys I really fell in love with. They got Simeon Rice a little bit later, and I just kind of fell in love with Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Mike Allstott, Rondé Barber. Those are the guys that I fell in love with, and so I claimed them as my team in 95 when I was like 13, and I stuck with them. I just liked the way the ground and pound, you know, Tony Dungy was a little bit too conservative for me, but I just stuck with them, and that's why I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Another part of it is that I really like Florida Gator football besides Oregon Duck football. And when Steve Spurrier was there running that spread offense, right, they had Danny Werfel in like 95, 96, if you remember, right? And they had Jaquez Green, Rydell Anthony, and Ike Hilliard with those three wide receivers. All of them made the NFL. Ike Hilliard went to the Giants, eventually came to Tampa later, but Jaquez Green and Rydell Anthony I really loved. I knew they weren't going to be amazing in the NFL, but I just liked them on Florida. They both came to Tampa Bay, and that was another reason why, just that connection of Steve Spurrier. If you didn't know, he was my starting quarterback when the franchise started in 1976. Steve Spurrier, before he became the Gators coach and started doing all that coaching, he was Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting quarterback, and we were horrible with him, right? But I've always had that connection with Spurrier, and then watched obviously Florida when they were in their prime in the 90s. Love that spread offense that Spurrier would run, and that's another part. But mostly it was Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Mike Allstott. That's really Rondé Barber. That's what really made me, you know, a true fan of the game. That hard-hitting, decleating style. You know, I've always liked the Brian Urlacher guys, the Lawrence Taylor, the Ronnie Lotts, the Sean Taylors, the Ed Reeds, the Troy Polamalu's. You know, I'm a linebacker guy first, safety guy second, you know, corner, DN, D-tackle after that, and I love offensive line. So that's just a little bit of a breakdown for your boy. And like I said, if Seattle or the Niners or the Raiders or the Rams had those kind of guys that I fell in love with, then, you know, maybe I would have picked them, you know, as my team. But in all reality, if I wasn't a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, I probably would be a San Francisco 49er fan, just because, you know, watching all those games with Montana and Rice and Steve Young and Dion, it was fun to watch. But like I said, you know, that's, you know, you already know greatness is only going to last so long. And I just had a feeling that, you know, they were never going to get the defensive guys that I would want. And Sapp and Brooks were just, those were my guys. Sapp, Brooks, Lynch, Allstott. You know, they're going to hit you. They're going to run you over. And like, how can you not be a fan of those guys? If you guys are a little bit older like me, I remember, you know, maybe you guys playing Madden, you know, from back in the day, Madden 99, Madden 2000, 2001, 2002, once it went to PS2. Everyone played with the Bucs. I mean, regardless if you had a team that was different, everyone wanted to run with All-Star. Everyone wanted to have defense like the Bucks. And like I said, I have a lot of people that have always mentioned, hey, man, I used to play with your Bucks all the time. A lot of people did. They were fun. You know what I mean? They had a nice run from 95 to about 02, 03. And then after that, you had to rebuild, and it was never the same. But absolutely love my Buccaneers. Never thought they were going to win a Super Bowl after Super Bowl 37. So to win Super Bowl 55 and being a loyal to the soil guy, not a bandwagon fan. Like I said, I've been a fan since 1995 of the Bucks, Blazers, and Oregon Ducks even sooner than that, as well as the Mariners. But it feels good. Definitely feels good. Brian, 21 in the building. What to do? Seahawks 12th man in the building, my guy. How are you? Work done. Another one. Absolutely loved him. So awesome. My brother was the one that got me into Viking football. Also being in the Northwest Iowa didn't hurt. I was born in 94, so I saw some great teams that ended up in heartache. RIP, bro. This is for you. Hey, shout out to you, my guy. Like I said, I appreciate every single one of y'all, Fanatic family in the building. And like I said, it's always cool when you have a brother or a grandpa, grandma, mom, dad, that kind of introduced the game to you. Like I said, I started watching football in 85. I was born in 82. So even though I don't look my age, a lot of people think I'm in my late 20s, early 30s. Thank you. I was blessed with the good skin, taking care of myself. Smith with the catch. There we go. Let's go. 13-0 Patriots. Let me update the scoreboard real quick, guys. One sec. I got to multitask and do numerous things while I'm talking with you. Nice catch on the zone coverage. All right, here we go. 13-0 Patriots. We're in the second quarter now. 1st and 10. We need to see more Devonta Smith, the Heisman winner. Absolutely love his game. Kind of reminds me of a Marvin Harrison, an all-business kind of guy. Not a lot of celebrations, you know what I mean? But you don't need them for everyone. Not everyone's got to be a cocky guy out there dancing around. Nice catch. Way to have it and cradle it with 2 hands right there. Stoll with the grab. Wake up, America, in the building. So I had the Red Fox introduce me to the Patriots. My dude. Work done. Stud. Absolute stud. Shotgun set. Handoff up the middle. Boston Scott. First down. Eagles. Move the chains. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The grind to 20K is real. I need your help. Fanatic family, you guys are the best fans on planet Earth. Just need a couple hundred fans to be able to subscribe to the channel. Once we hit 20K, I'll do a jersey giveaway. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. You can do it on Cash App, $ORION-NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. $34.99 for some hoodies, NWSF hoodies. They're available for purchase. And if you want to do that, do something else. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Twitter following's going up, Instagram, Facebook. Things are good. Things are good. Now we got to be able to get the Eagles in the end zone. Since I am a fan of all 32 teams, I genuinely love the NFL as much as my Buccaneers. Like, I love the Buccaneers, but I just have so much passion and love for the other 31 teams. I mean, I love seeing teams get better. I love seeing rookies progress. I love comeback stories. Anything and everything that has to do with the NFL, I absolutely love. Big in college football as well. Love wrestling. I'll be doing a SummerSlam live stream watch party too. So if it's AEW, WWE, what a tackle. Boston Scott getting rolled up right there. But if you love football, I think football and wrestling kind of go hand in hand. Rumor is CM Punk might be coming to AEW Rampage tomorrow. But I love AEW. I love WWE, WWF, WCW, ECW. If it's wrestling, I love it. Football, hand in hand, NFL and college football. Not as much in the NBA or college basketball unless it's March Madness. But I imagine I'll get the love back once we get more fans, coming back to stadiums and arenas and whatnot. And then, you got baseball, and it's going to get really hot and juicy when we get into October for my dad's Dodgers. I'll be doing some live streams for that as well. SummerSlam on Saturday, NXT takeover, I believe, on Sunday. So I'm going to be doing a live stream with my boy Swaggy P. I believe he'll be coming in the building on Saturday. So it'll be a busy day. I got this live stream today, maybe a live stream with the Niners. No. The Chiefs and the Cardinals tomorrow, and the Bengals and the Washington football team. I might call both games, but the main one will be the Chiefs and the Cardinals. Games on Saturday and Sunday, I'll try. And then I got SummerSlam and NXT. So I'm going to be very, very busy these next 3 to 4 days. 4th down and 3. Let's go for it, baby. Let's go. Come on, Flacco. Shotgun set, 4th down and 3. 13-0, you're down. Fade. Oh! Damn, that was going to be a touchdown, too. What defense by New England? Flag of the wrist. God, I wish Jalen Hurts wasn't out with some kind of illness or whatnot when y'all said that earlier on. I mean, we want to see Jalen Hurts. That's what we want to see. Oh, Quez. That could have been a TD right there. That could have been a TD. Man, oh, man. The Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, I can name drop for days. My bad. My drink spilled over here. My mouse wasn't working. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with my mouse here? What the fuck's going on? Love me some Ultimate Warrior. So, by the way, what are your thoughts on the Packers' new alternate jerseys? As a Vikings fan, no, but I am a jersey collector. They're all right. Well, you got to remember, they're from the 50s, and I'm a Ducks guy, so everyone copies the Ducks look, the Oregon Ducks. We got Phil Knight, we got Nike. We always got the freshest jerseys, the freshest cleats, the freshest jersey combinations, the freshest helmets, the visors. We got the fresh everything. When you come out here to Oregon and you watch Oregon Ducks football, yes, we might not be Ohio State, or we might not be Clemson or Alabama or LSU. I get it. We're not a powerhouse. We can still win the Pac-12, go to the Rose Bowl and win that. We do have limitations, but as far as like recruiting and the jerseys and the shoes and everything that we offer for Oregon Ducks, like Peyton Pritchard, balling out for Boston and balling out for representing the 503 out here in Oregon, as well as guys like, Justin Herbert balling out for the Chargers. It's exciting. I like them. Like I said, I like the look. I mean, anything that's new that comes out. The only one that is kind of like, Green Bay's alternate ones with like the blue, and then you have like the Steelers, with the bumblebee. I mean, there's a couple ugly alternate jerseys. Green Bay's got one, the Pittsburgh's got one, but for those ones, they look like Canadian Football League, high school, college-ish, but they're going to be wearing them in week 7, I believe, against Washington. I kind of like them. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to hit them with a throwback, and it's kind of cool to see. Packers fans, might not want to buy that, but it's a collector item. They're only going to wear it, I believe, once this season. You buy it, you throw it in the closet, and then you can throw it out, and throw it on, maybe next season or the year after, and be like, oh shit, I remember that game. Because you got to think Aaron Rodgers, this might be his last season with Green Bay. So on a scale of like 1 to 10, and 10 being fire and 1 being ugly, I'd give it probably like a 7 or 8. It's not the nicest looking jersey for like a color rush or an alternate, but I don't think it's horrible. I think it's kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's from the 50s. So it's not going to look all retro from like the last, 10 or 20 years. It's going to have that older look. And personally, I like a lot of the jerseys and the helmets from the 80s and 90s, Houston Oilers, the New England Patriots, Denver Broncos, Seattle Seahawks, the Eagles. The older looks of the helmets and the color combinations were a lot nicer to me, than obviously at this point. That's big facts. Chris Sims, you got a Chris Sims jersey? I got a lot of, I got Muscle Hamster, Doug Martin. I got a Josh Freeman. I don't throw away any of my jerseys, even if the guys didn't really pan out. I got a Keyshawn. I got a Doug Williams, Creamsicle Orange. I got the Sap. I got the Simeon Rice. I got the Devin White. I got what's what I got on right now. I got Levante David. You name it, I got it. I don't have Tom Brady, because I like to pick guys that we draft rather than free agency. But at some point, I might pick one up and just throw it in the closet, just for that memory. Like a white sewn one would be the one that I would want to get. Yes. The Steve Largent. Yeah, those are some of the best jerseys. The Houston Oilers jerseys. You could argue with the Warren Moon era. Those might be one of the best jerseys of all time. But as of right now, the ones that I really, really love, Saints color rush jerseys with the gold letters or the gold numbers. I really, really like those, even though I'm a Bucs fan. Those might be the best color rush jersey combinations that are out there. But they're going to, be throwing out a lot of combos this season. I can't wait to see them all. Mac Jones is in the game. Woo. Zipping that football. 13-0 Patriots. 10 minutes left in the second quarter. We got fucking Mac Jones in the game. See what he can do. Shotgun set. 3rd and 13. Throw it. Yes. First down, Patriots. Move the chains. N'Keal Harry, watched him at Arizona State, had front row seats with Oregon versus Arizona State. Hasn't really been able to find his role, wanted to be traded. If somehow they can get some rapport with N'Keal Harry, this guy's got great hands. I've seen him make a lot of one-handed grabs, a lot of athletic grabs. He just needs to stay healthy on the field, and maybe it could be one of Mac Jones' favorite targets, just like right here. Move the chains. First down, New England. Yes. Multiple helmets. The creamsicle. Absolutely. With the pirate with a knife in his mouth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mac. Go, Mac. Oh. Flag on the play. First down, New England. But that might be coming back with a hold. So my dad, who's a Steelers fan, introduced me to football when I was 3-4 years old. 2009-2010 season. That's Saints Super Bowl season. I already knew the Saints were going to win that Super Bowl because they had one of my favorite players of all time from the U, Jeremy Shockey. He was the X factor. I knew he was going to score in that game, and I knew that he would be the reason that they would win. Wow, blitz coming, Mac Jones. And it doesn't give me Jarrett Stidham vibes or Brian Hoyer vibes. Mac Jones, he seems like he could be the starter. A lot of times when New England has a quarterback other than Tom Brady, you're like, nah, this guy's just like, a journeyman, just a backup guy. But he's the first one that I've like, okay, I kind of believe in Mac Jones. I mean, he might not be as athletic as Justin Fields or have an arm like Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence or have potential like Trey Lance. But if you have Belichick and McDaniels helping you out and you got some skills, right? And they believe in you and they're going to work with you and they're going to actually ride or die for you, Mac Jones could be the guy. I really, truly believe that he can make it there. Let's go, Mac. Nice decision-making there by Mac Jones. The one thing that Mac Jones has him really, elevated him in another status than maybe some of these other 4 quarterbacks. He's the smartest one, I believe, out of the 5. He's very, very intelligent. He's got good memory. Really studies the game on another level. So, I mean, if you're a smart quarterback, that's what Bill Belichick and McDaniels are looking for. Oh, baby, hit him with the skirt. Shake and bake. Wow. First down, New England. Sony Michel. Wow. Pump the brakes. Broke those fucking ankles. Someone call 911. And his ankles are broken. Pick that shit up. He said, get me the fuck out of here. Ankles are somewhere back there. I don't know where the fuck they are. He said, get me out. My ankles are back there. Alex Singleton, need some help. All right, first down and 10. Come on, Mac. Handoff. Gain of a couple. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday. Love you. Appreciate you, Fanatic family, for joining your boy. Love you guys. We're on the grind of 20K. 3.3, 3.4 million views, over 1,100 videos to choose in the library. Like I said, this is year 9 for me, year 5 on YouTube. So a lot of love, a lot of passion, over 100,000 hours of blood, sweat, and tears put in the channel. A lot of film study, a lot of reading. I already got a full-time job. This is my second full-time job, and I absolutely love it because of the fans. You guys, the Fanatic family, you guys are the fucking best. Nice throw right there. Nice second effort. Just short of the first down, I believe. 3rd and inches. 13-0 Patriots. 6:50 and counting. 1st and 10. Looks like they gave him the first down right there. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Thursday. Patriots are starting to get a little bit of rhythm with Mac Jones. Let's see if they can pour it on. They're already up 13-0. Handoff. Good defense by the Eagles right there. Ooh. Pump those legs. Wow. Should have been a gain of 2. Ended up being a gain of 9. Wow. Let's go. Jesus. Subscribe to the fucking channel. Smash the fucking like button. Donate if you fucking can. Cash App, $ORION-NWSF at the bottom of the screen, or the YouTube super chat would be greatly appreciated. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. New hoodies are available, NWSF 2021 edition, $34.99. I made them very inexpensive that anyone can buy one. If you want to buy one for yourself or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it may be, it's hoodie season coming up here. They look good. They look like NWO, New World Order for life. And like I said, it'd be supporting your boy. You know, the grind is real. And I appreciate every single one of y'all. And make sure you follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. I'm very active on Twitter as well. So I'm always posting the latest news, the latest memes, the latest GIFs, the latest, film that's coming out from, obviously NFL training camp, NFL circles, college football, wrestling. I'm all about that life. Go. Nice slide. Missed field goals, mixed extra points. The kickers have been horrible. Definitely would have wanted to see Jalen Hurts out there, but it looks like he's got some type of illness. But we still got to take the positives from the game. Hopefully we can get a little bit of some points for Philadelphia before the game is over. All right, 5:14 until halftime. Come on, Mac. Let's not get hurt, Mac and Cheese. Let's go. First down and 10. Handoff. Gain of a couple. And it's exciting, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got games tomorrow. You got Kansas City Chiefs, Arizona Cardinals, Mahomes versus Kyler for at least a series or two, right? And then you also have the Bengals going against the Washington football team. That should be good as well. Games on Saturday and Sunday. It's SummerSlam on Saturday, NXT on Sunday. I should be doing some live streams, watch parties for those as well. And we're getting into the full swing of things after this week. Then we'll be in week 3, and then boom, college football. Here we come. NFL regular season. Here we come. I'll be doing a lot of Oregon Ducks, probably some Ohio State this year, Clemson, a little bit of Alabama, LSU, Georgia, some of the top tier teams. Definitely want to be able to do as much as I possibly can. And that's big facts. Another first down by New England. 4 minutes and counting. First and 10 for New England. 13-0. Very one-sided in this matchup. If you have any kind of comments, questions about your favorite NFL team, favorite NFL player, a draft pick, anything like that, you can always comment below at any time. I will not ignore you. Whoa! Shit! Big fucking hit. Woo-hoo-hoo! Shit. Mac Jones you don't want your players to get murdered out there. God damn. Shit. All right, shotgun set. Mac Jones, screen pass. Boom. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Big fucking decleating hit right there. Someone call 911. Shit. Let's go. Uh-oh. Blown whistle right there. That could have been a big play. What's everybody doing, man? If you're in the chat right now, comment below. Let me know you're in the building. Challenge on the play by Belichick. 3:10 left. Left in the second quarter as we go to a commercial break. If you're in the room, comment below who your favorite NFL team is. For a lot of y'all, if I know you and you're a regular to the channel, I already know. But if you're maybe new to the channel or new from following me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, like I said, I like to be able to keep tabs with all the fans. And once I know your name, your screen name, and your picture, usually I'll know who you root for. And, like I said, with 20,000 subscribers, it's a lot to be able to keep, on tabs with. But like I said, as we go into the regular season, there'll be more and more people, more and more fan bases. It's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be fun. I'm going to have a lot of co-hosts, a lot of special guests. It's going to be definitely a fun atmosphere as we're going to year 5 on YouTube. That's big facts. Matt Payton in the building. What to do? All the way from Hawaii. Go Ducks, baby. How are you, my guy? Gang, gang, gang. Do you still wear your chain? NWSF chain gang in the building. Oregon Ducks in the building. We should win the Pac-12. Very excited to see Kayvon Thibodeau and company. It's going to be very tough. Utah, UW. There's going to be some USC. There'll be some tough matchups this season, but I'm confident in Oregon and what we're able to accomplish this season. This should be the third year in a row that we win the Pac-12. Go to the Pac-12 championship, win that, and go to the Rose Bowl and win that. Might not be good enough to win the Natty, with like an Alabama or Clemson or Ohio State. But if we can get to the Rose Bowl and win that, that'll definitely make me happy man. Matt Payton representing the Oregon Ducks and Hawaii. My boy, how are you? School! My boy, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook. I see you. Appreciate that, Jake C. See now, love it, man. I love it. We don't really have a lot of Atlanta Falcons fans. We had some when we first started out, but obviously the 28-3 and everything that's happened since then. But now with Kyle Pitts, I imagine some of them will come out of the woodworks now. A lot of Saints fans, a lot of Eagles fans, Chiefs fans, Niner fans. You'll get fans from all over the country, all over the world for that matter. But if you're in the building, comment below. Let me know who you root for. I already know Senile. Matt Payton, I already knew. But it's always good to be able to have new fans and build the Fanatic family up. And if you guys could share the channel, on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever it may be, help me get to 20K. We just need a couple hundred more to hit that number. And I want to be able to get above and beyond that. So hopefully, YouTube can start pushing the channel and promoting the channel for recommended videos. So that way I can get a bigger audience, which would mean more prizes for the Fanatic family and just cool people to be a part of the channel. We got the best fans on YouTube, the Fanatic family, you guys. Facts. 2nd down and 10. Nice run. 1st down. Patriots. God, they're just pounding the shit out of them, huh? 3:38 in the second quarter. 1st and goal. Patriots are knocking on the fucking door again. But I'm going to have, Seahawk fans in the building co-hosting, Cowboy fans in the building co-hosting, Chargers fans, Colts fans. I'm going to have fans from pretty much all the different teams, as well as special guests that I'll have here through StreamYard as well. So it's going to be an exciting season. Year 5 is going to be the best season moving forward. That's facts. 2nd down and goal. Let's see if the Eagles can hold to a field goal here. It seems like obviously the field goal kickers are having a hard time kicking extra points and field goals in general. So if somehow, some way the Eagles can get a stop, but they're missing a lot of players, obviously in their first initial drives that didn't play today. And Jalen Hurts obviously has not gone out there yet either, supposedly due to an illness. Nice tackle. Wrap his ass up. Let's go. 2:30 and counting. 3rd and goal. One more big defensive stop for the Eagles. Let's see if they can do it. I don't want to see a blowout. I wanted to see Jalen Hurts and Mac Jones. That's really what I wanted to see today. Who was going to ball out, Mac Jones or Jalen Hurts? And obviously it seems like Jalen might not even be playing today. Come on. Touchdown, Patriots. Stevenson with the touchdown. This is getting fucking ugly. I know Philly fans were like, hey, we're going to win the NFC East. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. They are in rebuilding mode. Obviously, if they had Jalen Hurts, this game is not going to be 20 or 21-0. All right, they would definitely have some points, but it's going to be a long year, I think, for certain teams. Oof. See if they can make a fucking extra point here. Oh, they're going for a 2-point conversion. Trying to get it to 21. Just rubbing it in. Trying to get Mac Jones as much time as possible.
The Eagles taking time out here. Trying to get ready to defend a 2-point conversion attempt. Yeah, I guess if you're going to run it, this is the time to try it out. Comes at the end of a 17-play drive. It took more
17-play drive. Fucking A, man. But we're back. NFL is back. Week 1 was great. I watched literally, I think, almost every preseason game from week 1. You know, I have different links that I can obviously help people out with. All right, 2-point conversion here. My social media is blowing up like a motherfucker. Oh! No good. Zach McPherson, I see you.
That's exactly what he did in college. Got his hands on a lot of footballs.
Jalen Hurts is hurt. Not good. No, I think he's just sick.
That is well done. Working against a pretty good receiver there in Kendrick, the born identity. I like it. A couple of medical updates. Let's check in with Dave Spadaro.
Yeah, give me a medical fucking update.
Started off the field with a knee injury. We'll get to an update after the game. And something that's also bothersome, safety Kayvon Wallace, who had been sidelined in training camp with a groin injury, fighting for playing time here, exits with a groin injury. Scott, Ross?
All right, Jake, did you just follow me on Twitter? I think you did. See if I can follow back. They like limited my my limits reach. So Jake, if that's you, that's on there. I believe it is. It won't let me follow everyone. I'm on my limit reached based on like the couple hundred followers that I was able to gain. So it won't let me add anyone for like 2 or 3 days. Because I ended up getting a big increase in subs on Twitter. You know, probably I've gained like 200 within the last couple days. So now it got to a point where there's only so many people that you can add or, you know, make adjustments, you know, to your follower list. So, you know, if you don't get a follow back from me on Twitter for a couple days, it's I'm not ignoring you. Like I said, it's not letting me like add anybody. Like some of them it'll let me add and some it won't, depending on if depending on, you know, if it was like some kind of error throughout Twitter or whatever. But it seems like I got a lot on here, and it's like I don't ignore anybody. So if you don't get a follow back from me on Twitter right away, give it a couple days, and once it allows me, because they don't have me like on like a suspension or anything like that, but right now they're limiting some of the things that I can do on Twitter just based on, I guess, how many followers I've been getting in the last couple days. 19-0 New England. Slackers in the building. What to do? Matt Payton, my boy. I hope so too. Slackers in the building. What to do? Max Russell. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. StreamYard. Yeah, I got all these fucking requests on Twitter right now. I feel bad because it's like I want to, because I was sitting at like 500 something followers, and now I'm almost at 900. It's only been a couple days. So nice little gain as we're going into the football season. And like I said, there's a few people here. Jake, the Minnesota sports fan, which I imagine is Jake Z, 199456. I imagine that's you, Minnesota sports fan. Vikings, Wild, Twins, Timberwolves. Eric Wilson, somebody that's from overseas. Philly fan for life. Angelo, Win Big Sports. Gordon, Danielle 3.0, GOAT status. K Group Gamblers, Theo Megalodon, Matty G, Ravens Flock, Camp Drive, Heel Mario. I mean, Johnny Cornwell. Those are just some of the ones that I can't follow back. Twitter's not letting me. So Jake, yeah. So don't get mad if I don't follow you back. It's going to be like 2 or 3 days. And if they allow me to have like my regular, you know, ability to use Twitter in full, this is the first time that they've ever done that, anything like this to my account. But maybe it's just the amount of, you know, people that are following me, because like I said, I've had a big jump, like 200 or 300 in the last couple days. So I'll get to you, I promise. Max Russell, what do you mean? I mean, I can have people on the show if they have internet and I post the link, and you know, if they want to join me. But usually when I end up calling games, it's going to be with someone in the studio. Yeah, I can, but like I said, usually if I'm gonna have people join me on the show, it's usually people that I'm kind of familiar with that I know. So if I know you, then I might be able to invite people on the show with me, and I can put the link in. But I mean, if I'm not too familiar with you, then like I said, I might have to, because lots of trolls out there, and you know what I mean. People like to see me, call the game and interact with the fans. And I mean, obviously, I'm not, declined to have like conversations with some of the fans on the channel. I'll be able to do that as well. But there'll be kind of a time and a place for that, on maybe a original content show, where we have fans on the channel join me. Sometimes maybe during the games, I'll have co-hosts. I'll have people that join me. So no disrespect to you, Max. If I get to know you a little bit better and you have StreamYard and you have good internet and, you enjoyed the channel, then maybe I'll be able to invite you on the channel someday. 2nd down and 4, 2-minute warning, 19-0 Patriots. Almost intercepted there. Michael Jackson. Gosh, there's just so many people that are following, and I feel like a dick. Like I can't follow them back. Like, let me follow you back. Come on. It's like it lets me follow certain people, and other people it will not let me follow back right away. Fucking Twitter, man. I guess that's what happens when you have a big jump in your account, I guess. But I will get back to everyone once I get on there. Nice catch. Devontae Smith. Heisman. I love it. Max Russell said, I've been sub for 4 years. Appreciate you, my guy. I just haven't seen you in the chat that often. Usually the regulars, I know who they are, the mods. You know what I mean? The more you comment and the more that you're in the chat, or if we have conversations, you know what I mean, then I start to know certain people a little bit more than others. So, but I do appreciate you very much. Max Russell in the building. What to do? 2nd down and 3. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? It's time for a Flacco sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Everything going right for New England. Everything going wrong for Philly. Yeah, but it's cool that I'm getting a nice gain, obviously, because I was sitting at maybe about 500, 600, followers on Twitter. I use Twitter all the time, but I'm usually not trying to gain, followers and, follow trains and certain things like that. It's usually for me just posting information, posting highlights, memes, GIFs. But just getting a little bit more interaction with some of the fans is nice. And then once I, double from the 500 that I was at to 1,000, then 2,000, and then eventually hoping to get to 5,000 or 10,000, and just trying to, beef up every social media platform that I have with the Instagram, the Twitter, Facebook, as well as the YouTube channel. Nice catch. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Stole with the grab from Flacco. Appreciate that. I always bring the energy. I bring the fire. I always, know what I'm talking about. I got the knowledge, the preparation, all 32 teams, all the names, all the bench guys, all the coaches. You got to have energy. You got to have passion. You got to have knowledge. You got to have a good voice that, people don't think is cringy. You have to have good interaction with the fans. You got to have a good fan base. Fanatic family, you guys are the best. So I really do appreciate that. The fan base is the best, but I work really, really hard on the channel. I take everything really seriously, with all the research and the reading and the film. And like I said, I try to treat every single team as if they were my own Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's why I have the passion for all the college football teams, all the NFL teams, as well as WWE and AEW. Those are the things that I love the most. I mean, I'll watch a little bit of NBA for my Blazers here in the 503 in Oregon. Dodgers and Mariners, obviously, for the main reasons of meeting Ken Griffey Jr., in his rookie year in '89, getting his autograph, and that really being my hero besides my dad. My dad, Ken Griffey Jr., that's the heroes in my life. All right. And I always root for the Dodgers because my dad's been a fan since the 50s, has an amazing collection. But my fandom started very, very early, probably around 7 years old, meeting Ken Griffey Jr., meeting Sandy Koufax, Dodger legend, the best left-handed pitcher of all time, better than Randy Johnson, better. Oh, intercepted. better than Steve Carlton. I mean, a legend, Hall of Famer, best left-handed pitcher, best left-handed hitter, Koufax, Griffey, met them both by the time I was 10, changed my life forever. And I do appreciate that. I always try to bring the fire, the energy with the live play-by-play and reactions. And there's other people out there that do it, or they smoke a lot of weed or drink. And that's fine. You know, you can always do that. There's a time and place for that. But at some point, you are correct. Some people, you know, they might not take it as serious, or it's just not as entertaining. And I always try to bring the entertainment factor, regardless if I have, 10 to 30 in the room, 30 to 100 in the room, or 100 to 300 in the room. It doesn't matter. I'm always going to bring that energy and that fire on every broadcast. And a lot of times I've already worked an 8, 9, 10-hour day, and you wouldn't know that unless I told you. So I have a lot of pride in that, with, having to work a full-time job unloading trailers, working in a warehouse, being dead tired, but you never would know it because I just love you guys that much. Going long, going deep. Ow! Incomplete. Uh-oh, he might be out with a concussion. Might have knocked himself out. Knocked the wind out of him. Man, Mac Jones throwing deep. Appreciate you, Matt. My guy, dude. Hawaii in the building. Oregon Ducks in the building. NWSF in the building. Should have caught that. Come on, N'Keal Harry. Landed very, very hard right there on that play. A lot of disappointment, for N'Keal Harry. If you look at some of the other players that they could have had. So that was the same draft with A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf. What could have been? What could have been? You could have had DK Metcalf on New England. So it shows you sometimes – people know how to draft. Sometimes people think it's a fit for the team, but it's like in the NBA, when you go Kevin Durant or Greg Oden, and we went the wrong one. You went Sam Bowie, Michael Jordan. You don't pick based off position in sports. You pick off talent, because if a guy's talented, chances are he can play in more than one position. If you're drafting based off position only, right, the guy's going to be limited. And if he gets injured or doesn't pan out, you're fucked. So I've always had that kind of mindset that, you want to pick talent over position always. Yeah, Nelson Aguilar had kind of a rebirth in his career. Obviously played in USC, played in Philly, had the drops, went to the Raiders, kind of redeemed himself. And I'm very excited to see what Aguilar can do with this roster. They're going to need him this season. That's facts. I have a link. Like I said, I can't post it here in the chat, but like I said, if you have Twitter, right, you can go to Twitter and, Northwest Sports Fanatics or Orion_NWSF, follow me, and then I can send you a link. I do have a link from Zini Panini that will let me, watch NFL, NBA, NHL, sports in general. Nice little check down pass. And I'll be able to use that, obviously, this season, which is nice. And you got to be careful with some of the streaming websites, too, because depending on if they're in the U.S. or in Europe, some will have pop-ups, some will have viruses, some will have some bullshit on them. So you got to be very, very careful. Obviously, NFL Sunday Ticket is really the way to go, but a lot of people don't want to pay $300, depending on if they have DirecTV or not, for the season. 4th down and 2.
He came outside in with outside leverage. So Taylor said, I got to go upfield.
Yeah, if you send me slackers, if you send me a direct message, send me a message there on there, I can send you the link, and then you can watch this game if you want to watch it. I mean, it's on NFL Network, but if you don't have access to NFL Network. Matt King in the building. What to do? He said Saints all the way, boys and girls. Well, I mean, turnovers is going to be the big key. 6 turnovers already in that week 1 performance. Taysom and Jameis are not good enough to be the starters, in my opinion, moving forward. The offensive line, is top 5. Head coach is top 5. Defense should be great, even though they lost a few pieces. T-Rex, Janoris Jenkins, Sheldon Rankins, there's some pieces that are not there, but you still got Cameron Jordan. You still got DeMario Davis, a.k.a. the glue. Still got Lattimore. But I think really the key is going to be Jameis and Taysom Hill and the injuries, with some of the pieces on the offensive line that may happen. And wide receiving core is a little depleted. AK-41 is great, but you don't want to wear him out. And I think you're going to notice that, Jameis and Taysom Hill aren't good enough, to be able to get to the playoffs, in my opinion, with those two quarterbacks. You're going to need more. And having Michael Thomas out and Onyemata out, that's not going to help either. And that's not me being a hater. That's just facts. I mean, 6 turnovers in the first game is not what you want to see. You know what I mean? You're going to have some good plays from Taysom and some good plays by Jameis, but there's going to be a lot of bad plays too. A lot of bad interceptions, bad third down, attempted, conversions, bad red zone play. The defense and the O-line should be pretty solid for the most part. But, I mean, really what's going to kill the team is going to be, continuing drives and having good, consistent quarterback play. Drew Brees is no longer there. Facts. Tom Brady is not washed. If he was so washed, how the fuck did we win the Super Bowl? And I would just laugh if we end up winning the Super Bowl again. He's 43 last year, 44 this year. We're returning all 22 starters, all 3 coaches, Arians, Todd Bowles, the best D coordinator in the game right now, on top of Byron Leftwich. So I will laugh all the way to the bank if we end up winning it again. So, and in all reality, who's going to beat the Bucs? You got, the Rams and the Niners, Seattle, the Cardinals, the Packers, Washington football team, maybe one of those, but I don't think they're on the same level as Tampa. And then you got Kansas City, the Browns, Buffalo. Those 3 teams are solid. And then you got the Titans and the Chargers and the Ravens and a few other teams. But that's just my personal opinion. I think right now Tampa Bay and the Chiefs are the 2 best teams in football. And then if you want to throw a third team in there, you could probably throw the Packers and the Browns in. If you want to, have a top 4. I'll go Chiefs and Browns with the Bills creeping on the Bills very close. And then I got more than likely, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then you'll have teams like, the Packers and the Rams. But I think the Niners are getting slept on a little bit too. See, it's all the haters, Finley. You know what I mean? You get the Saints haters. They always like to say gibberish, stuff that doesn't make sense. They think that Jameis and Taysom are better than they are. We win rings. All right. Bottom line, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 2 blowouts. We win rings. All right. We don't fuck up opportunities. I don't think Jameis is impressive. The thing is you can throw for 5,000 yards, KK's uncle, right? But the thing is, if you throw 33 touchdowns and 30 picks, you're only going to win so many games. All the pick sixes, all the fumbles, all the drives that ended on third down, all the bad plays. If you go back and look at Tom Brady's stats, less than 20 picks, 40 touchdown passes plus, third in passing, 4,000 yards. If you don't turn the football over, you can win games in the NFL, and that's the problem. So I've never been a Jameis guy, never liked him at Florida State. He kind of fits your guys' team, to be honest, because he's kind of a cocky fucker, and a lot of the Saints fans are kind of cocky fucks. Let's be honest. You guys ride and die for your team, but you guys don't have a very good reputation from the other outsiders looking in. A lot of people don't like the Saints fan base. They don't like the Saints in general, just based on how the fans act, the fans talk, and that's facts, right? I don't have that much of a problem with the Saints fan base. If you want to be confident, in your team, but sometimes you need to be realistic about your team and not be in this delirious world thinking that your team is going to be as good as they were when they had Breeze in the last 4 years. So I'm not a big Jameis guy, period. And like I said, if I thought Jameis was good enough to be able to do something, we would have kept him. We got rid of him, Tom Brady in, boom, Super Bowl. You ain't going to win no Super Bowl with fucking Jameis Winston. And I'll tell you what, after this season, this will be the last year that Jameis Winston's a starter in this league. Facts. Write it down, take a note, stamp it, take a picture. He's not good enough in this league to be a starter. Facts. Facts. And your wide receiving core is depleted. I don't know what you guys are thinking that you're going to win, 10, 11, 12, 13 games. It's not going to happen this year. Ravens over Bucks. Ravens don't have any shot to make it to the Super Bowl. They're not even anywhere near the Chiefs, the Browns, the Bills. You might even throw the Titans in there over the Ravens, even though their defense is suspect. Ravens are probably the 5th, 6th, 7th best team in the AFC. I do not see them in the Super Bowl, let alone beating the Buccaneers. Look at this troll job. Ravens are better than the Bucs. No, and no. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, if we end up going back to the Super Bowl and winning again, I don't think anyone would be surprised if we end up getting a Bucs-Chiefs rematch. It seems impossible, but the Chiefs are the favorite team every single year. The only way the Chiefs don't make the Super Bowl is if they have injuries to Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey, Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Then maybe the Browns and Bills can capitalize. But if that doesn't happen, you got to pencil the Chiefs almost in. As far as the NFC, yeah, you got teams like the Rams, the Seahawks, right? The Cardinals, the Niners, Green Bay, Washington. There's other teams out there. But if you go back and look at the roster, look at the team, there's a reason why Tampa and the Chiefs are ranked number 1, number 2 teams right now. So here's another troll job. Lamar's better than Tom Brady. Nope. Like I said, when it comes down to the end of the game, you know what I mean? I would rather have Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes to be able to win me a drive, to be able to win a football game, even over Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, who are better than Lamar, right? You know what I mean? Like, Lamar is good, right? He's like a top, 7 quarterback. But at this point, even though he's younger than Tom, I would rather have Tom than Lamar. Lamar can't even get past fucking the Chiefs. All right, so you got to get past the Chiefs before you start talking shit. All right, you can't even get past them. You got to get past the Chiefs first before you start talking shit. Because obviously the kryptonite for the Ravens, if you're trying to be Superman, all right, the Chiefs are the kryptonite. You can't get past them. And I don't know when it's going to happen. See, here's another troll dog. Buccaneers had one good season. Now they think they're all yeah, we won the fucking Super Bowl. What the fuck are you smoking, dude? Isn't that what it's about? Winning the goddamn Super Bowl? Not only did we have a good season, right? We won the fucking Super Bowl. Come on, Matt King. Be better. Be better, my guy. Yeah, we're good. All right. We had a bad stretch from, 2010, 2009, because, we made the playoffs in 05, 07. So from 2008, all the way to 2019, our season was over in October. So that should show you how impressive it is that it took us 6 months to put a team together in a COVID year, and we won a Super Bowl, showing how great Tom Brady really is. Regardless of the cheating or the Belichick and the Patriots, he came to a new squad and did the unthinkable. So you can say whatever the hell that you want, but Tom Brady on my Buccaneer team, I've gone through the bad teams and the bad seasons, where we only won 2, 3, 4 games. Okay. The Saints, all right, had 4 great seasons where they were the best team in football, arguably with the best record in the regular season. How many Super Bowls in those 4 years? Okay. So that's what it's about. You can have a good season, but let alone, I've gone to 2 Super Bowls. I got 2 Super Bowl rings, 2 blowouts against the Raiders, all right, as well as the Chiefs, holding Patrick Mahomes and no touchdown passes. The Ravens would not be able to do that, my guy. The thing is that I'm a true believer on talent, and you can't be a guy that's a knucklehead, Jameis, a cocky guy that puts himself before the team, Jameis, all right, a guy that doesn't take the job seriously, Jameis, a guy that feels that he's entitled when he was at Florida State, when you're ass grabbing, Uber drivers, when you get a burrito, when you're jumping up on the fucking, table saying fuck her in the pussy, being an idiot in Florida State, not maturing, all right, getting in trouble off the field. This guy's just a fucking knucklehead. You know what I mean? And if you guys like that type of guy, go ahead, but you're not going to win with him. All right. He's not the right guy. You know what I mean? When you've had a guy, first ballot Hall of Famer in Drew Brees, you saw Taysom Hill. He can't be the guy full time. He's a good Swiss Army knife, right? You can be a running back, fullback, wide receiver, tight end, punt returner, kick returner. He can do it all, but he's not good enough for the Saints standard of excellence. That's what I'm saying. If you want to be able to be great again, it's not going to be with Jameis or Taysom Hill, let alone you don't have a wide receiver too. And Emmanuel Sanders, he's no longer there. Michael Thomas is not playing for the first 5 or 6 games. It's not a good look. You got AK-41. You got a great, offensive line, great coach, good defense, but this team is nowhere near what they were in the past 4 years. And you're smoking crack if you really think that they are. Can they still make the playoffs? Sure. They could somehow, some way scrape by and maybe get to 10 wins as a wild card, but they'd get bounced in the first round. There's a lot of competitive teams that are better than the Saints this season. Do I hope they have a good year? Of course. But I just know Jameis Winston is not it. If anyone should know, I watched all his game at Florida State. I watched him very closely on Tampa Bay. And if you think that your coaching is just going to, miraculously change his career, he got the fucking LASIK, and Sean Payton is so much better than Bruce Arians, and he's going to make him a great quarterback, you're smoking crack. It's not going to happen. He's a fucking knucklehead. He's always going to be a knucklehead. He's never going to mature. You feel he's an entitled guy. And like I said, if you guys want to roll with a guy like that, that's fine. But you're never winning a Super Bowl with Jameis Winston, period. No team, period. Period. Hey, one good season in the last 25 years, all right? You're probably not even 25 years old, Tyler Fuller. All right, Super Bowl in 2002, Super Bowl last season, Super Bowl 37, Super Bowl 55. Hey, I'm loyal to the soil, all right? I'm not a bandwagon guy. I stick with my team even when they win 2 games. I imagine there's a lot of fans out there that would not be able to do that and watch every game, even when their team's getting fucking rocked with a horrible roster or horrible coaching. Facts. Let him know, Finley. Oh, baby. Now, here's a good question. Now, what do you think about the future as a QB for the Bucs? Not Trask. You know, Trask Bay was a good pick in second round. Obviously, he's got a lot of work to do. If you watched him in the preseason week 1, you know, when we lost, he's got a long ways to go. I mean, at some point, we're going to be kind of like the Saints after Brady retires. We're going to be looking at the draft, trying to work out Trask, seeing what weapons that we have. But, I mean, if you can get a guy like a Kirk Cousins or a Ryan Tannehill, that's what you're going to need to be able to get back to being excellent again. You know, you don't have to have a quarterback that's top 5, but if you have a quarterback that's somewhere between, 10 through maybe 16, like, a Baker or a Carr or a Ryan Tannehill or a Kirk Cousins. Yeah, it might not be the best talent, but with great talent already surrounding that player, that's going to be better than Jameis or Taysom Hill. And like I said, obviously post Brady, who knows how many more years Brady's going to play? I mean, what happens if we win the Super Bowl again? Who's to say that Brady doesn't want to come back for another year to try to three-peat? I mean, you got to understand, he's trying to beat Belichick ring for ring for ring. I mean, he's trying to put this record so far out that the only person that might catch him is Patrick Mahomes. It's just him and Belichick as far as like rings and legacy. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Trask is the guy. I like what I see from him from Florida. And obviously I like to be able to see him progress, but he might not be the future of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's facts. Matt King, Ravens would kill the Bucs in the Super Bowl, #1 defense. You can't even get to a fucking Super Bowl, and let alone our defense is better than yours. And I know you're not even a Raven guy. All right. Or maybe you are. Ravens defense is not as good as the Buccaneers. Buccaneers and the Rams right now probably have the 2 best defenses in the league. I mean, there's Pittsburgh and the Ravens, and there's a few other teams, Cleveland, that have really good defenses. But I would probably put the Rams and Tampa Bay up there. Your defense is nowhere near. Dude, are you kidding me? JPP, Shaq Barrett, Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, Joe Tryon from UW, Devin White, the best linebacker in football, Levante David, the best duo, Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean, Antoine Winfield Jr., who will be the superstar safety in this league. He's going to have a breakout year this year. All right? Facts. You're not going to be able to compete with that. Sean Murphy Bunting, get out of here, man. You're not on the same level. Not on the same level. Here's another troll job. Patrick Queen over White. No chance. Patrick Queen's nice. I don't think he's a bad player. All right, but he's not Devin White. The best linebackers in the game right now are Devin White, Darius Leonard, Fred Warner, all right, Bobby Wagner. Hands down. That's it. All right, and you got Micah Parsons, who's really going to make a splash for Dallas as well. And I love you trolls. I call it right down the middle too. You know what I mean? I don't have to hate and talk shit. I spit facts. Sometimes you guys can understand the facts. Sometimes you guys think I'm just like everyone else, but I'm not like everyone else. I'm not a quarterback guy, running back, wide receiver, tight end guy. I'm a defensive guy first. I'm an offensive line guy second. Who else on YouTube or on social media or that's out there is that? Nobody. Name one other guy that's a defensive guy first and an offensive line guy. Nobody. All right. I see the game differently. Everyone else is playing fucking checkers. I'm playing chess. All right. Put in the time, the research, the reading, the film study, right? I follow all 32 teams. When I have an opinion, you can agree with it or not agree with it. But there's a reason why I haven't got a Super Bowl winner wrong in 20 years. There's a reason why I help my friends win hundreds and thousands of dollars every year. And it doesn't have to be just NFL, college football, NFL, wrestling, NBA, MLB, whatever it may be. All right. But I call it how I see it. You know what I mean? Especially when I watch the film. I don't watch ESPN Sports Center. They say that this guy's good or this team's good. And I agree with them. I don't need to agree with the talking heads. All right. I'll end up making my own opinion and determination once I watch the film and go through that. So you guys are hilarious.
So now that they've revamped everything, they got new receivers, they got new defensive backs coming in. They got a lot of new players on this team that they need to sync with. And I just think this is the perfect opportunity to do that.
And you mentioned a good point as we watch through the weekend to see how teams treat this second preseason game. Because, you know, it's sometimes a lot off the fair season after the third preseason.
All right, going into third quarter.
All right, guys, that does it for us. Let's send it back to NBC 10 Philadelphia. Scott Graham, Ross Tucker for the second half call. See you after the game.
Kelly usually handles the field goals and the kickoffs. That was a nice kickoff by Stephos. Look at Jake smiling.
Let's go. And of course, you know, as a Tampa Bay fan, you guys don't know what it's like. You know what I mean? Yeah, you've seen, you know, the championship, you know, that we ended up winning last year. All right. And there's a lot of bandwagon Brady, you know, New England fans and a lot of Buccaneer bandwagon fans. You know what I mean? But they didn't go through the Josh Freeman era. You know what I mean? Like, I had to go through the Super Bowl era. Then in 2005, I had Chris Sims, right? Lost to Washington. You know, I had, you know, Jeff Garcia in 07 and then didn't make the playoffs from 08 to, you know, last year, 08 to 2019. That's a long time. 10 plus years of the season being over in October. I don't know if a lot of y'all know what that's like, you know, to just be a fan of a shit team and not have any hope that you're going to even sniff the wild card or the playoffs at all. So, you know, but if you're loyal to the soil, you know what I mean? And you're humble, you know what I mean? And good things happen. Good things happen. Brady, AB, Gronk, Bruce Arians, the great drafting of Tristan Wirfs, Antoine Winfield Jr. Those two guys could end up being Hall of Famers. You got Devin White, could be a Hall of Famer. You know, Levante David could be possibly a Hall of Famer. And we got a lot of possible Hall of Famers, you know, JPP, Ndamukong Suh. I mean, there's a lot of guys when you go back and look at Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp, John Lynch, Mike Allstott, you know, a lot of these guys, Ronnie Barber will be in, you know, Simeon Rice, borderline. Like, I thought 4 or 5 Hall of Famers, would we be able to replicate that? But then you look at this team, Brady, Hall of Fame, Mike Evans, Hall of Fame. All right. Gronk, Hall of Fame. Godwin, we'll see. You know what I mean? He's on pace to be a Hall of Famer. We'll see where his career goes. Love him. All right. And then the defense has got many, many pieces there as well. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen moving forward. Nice run. Second down and 3. First down, New England.
You live for that as an offensive lineman. Nice kick out block.
Matt Payton, let him know. You got to, man. So like I said, when anyone wants to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe, you know, fact for fact, I mean, you better come out with your research because, like I said, I do 5 to 6 hours a day, and that's not even bullshitting. I work 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and as soon as I get off, I'm reading until, you know, 10, 11, 12 at midnight if I'm not recording. You know, I'm following all the teams. I don't think anyone else has that dedication, even the scouts or other people out there. Nice grab. I mean, it's one thing to be an expert about your team. You know, there's some YouTubers out there or people on social media, but to be an expert on all 32, name one other person that knows the facts and the film like your boy. I don't think there's anyone out there. NFL Network, pick up the phone. Pat McAfee show, pick up the phone. I'm telling you. I got the voice, I got the knowledge, I got the passion. I'm already building my own legacy here on YouTube. Nice spin move. Hit him with a spin cycle. Whirlpool. Watch them close twice. Almost in the end zone. 2nd and goal. New England is pounding the shit out of the Eagles, just like I am going to pound the shit out of Matt King, who is fucking delirious, as well as Tyler Fuller, thinking that the Ravens are better than the Buccaneers. Stop smoking the crack. Lamar is good, all right, but there's a lot of quarterbacks right now that are better than Lamar. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. All right. You can throw Lamar in with like Kyler, you know, at that like 6, 7, 8 mode, right? But I mean, you got Rashad Bateman, who should make him better, just like obviously we saw with Josh Allen getting Stephon Diggs, right? You got Mark Andrews, you know, J.K. Dobbins should be nice. Defense is pretty good. All right. Touchdown, Patriots. Taylor hits the fucking end zone. Nola, you have no knowledge, my guy. You were getting roasted by Panthers fans on Twitter this morning. I was eating my popcorn and laughing. They had to call you out about being the SoundCloud rapper. You got fucking triggered. See, the thing is, if you're going to be a bully on Twitter or bully on YouTube, right, and talk shit, right, don't ever expect other fan bases to come after you. Just because you talk shit and you say crazy shit on the internet, you're going to get people that will roast you back, and they fucking roasted you. You got fucking triggered. You got fucking triggered, my guy. Extra point is up. No good. No one can make an extra point or a field goal. Seeing Nola getting triggered might have been the funniest thing that happened to me today. You got the knowledge from me. You know absolutely fucking nothing, man. You don't even know the Saints as much as me. I know more about the Saints than you do, my guy. Do some research. Do some research, my guy.
We put a lot of stress on our feet. It's no wonder they introducing HeartFit from Skechers. HeartFit
They blocked you. Doesn't surprise me. Oh, shit. The thing is, Matt King, you know, what you have to realize, though, just like with the Saints and a lot of teams, you got to have more than just Lamar, right? You got to have offensive line, right? You got to have depth. You know, you got to be able to have depth at wide receiver, at running back, you know, defense, good coaching. You know what I mean? Like Lamar is good, all right, but there's a reason why you guys were like last in passing. You know, he's always running around with the football, handing the football off. When you guys had Mark Ingram, all right, and you had that 1-2 punch. 1-2-3 punch, right? And when you had guys on the offensive line that didn't retire, you know, when the offensive line loses key pieces, you're not going to be the same. That's facts. What's up, slackers? Slackers, do you need the link? All right, let me see if I can follow back. Oh, Jake, it let me follow you. Oh, they only let me follow one person. Nope. Limit reach. It's a give, but it let me follow Jake. Jake, it let me follow you if you're still in the room.
Let's go down to Hayes Monero. Why, thank you, Scott. We have a big weekend ahead. The Eagles Autism Foundation. The big challenge is on Saturday. I'm here with Executive Director Ryan Hammond. And Ryan, for those who aren't involved,
I'm not sure if you're still in the building, slackers, but if anyone needs a link for the game, let me know. Yeah, these kickers are Jake. So I ended up getting the follow. So it only lets me follow like here and there, and it gives me limitations and whatnot. But I think the follow went through. So.
Absolutely, this is an organizational commitment. So you will see our players, our alumni, and Jeffrey Lord, really the visionary behind all of this.
We are holding some cold.
You got to watch those guys. Kittle, Kelsey, Andrews, Darren Waller, Raiders, and obviously Pitts from Atlanta. Those are the guys you're going to want to really watch, my guy. P1 Kev, how do you think Sam Darnold will do for my Panthers this season? I like him. I like him better than Jameis or Taysom Hill. Not hating, but I think the roster for the wide receivers and the running back, the collective offensive unit that you guys have, and obviously the Saints not drafting Terrace Marshall Jr., they're going to regret that, just like not drafting Asante Samuel Jr. They really fucked up. That should have been your 2 first picks. First round, Asante Samuel Jr. Chargers say, thank you very much, Saints, you fucked up. All right, and then obviously now with Terrace Marshall Jr., you should have picked him. Second rounder from LSU, right in your own backyard. You let the Panthers take him. Offense, it looks pretty litty. I think Darnold will have some success. It wouldn't surprise me if they end up getting second place in the NFC South. It'll be between the Saints and the Panthers. Falcons will get last. But like I said, I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough for either team, Saints or Panthers, to make playoffs this year. But I see some good strides, with the Panthers in their game. And they got Jeremy Chin, Brian Spida Burns, J.C. Horn. I love him, that corner. So I think there's a lot of potential for the Panthers to start climbing up the board. A lot of people are sleeping on them. Saints fans think that they're not good. Don't be surprised if the Saints finish third this season in the NFC South. I know that sounds crazy after, sweeping everyone last year. But like I said, the Drew Brees era is over. So comparing your team to the team from the last 4 years, you can't do that anymore. So that's big facts. Slackers, I see that. My dude. The thing is, that already shows you that you're not a fan of football. Not you, Jake, but Nola, because you don't watch film. All right, you don't see what's going on in Panthers camp. Marshall's balling out. Asante Samuel Jr. is balling out. And if you had those guys on your team, there wouldn't be as much critical talk about Jameis and Taysom Hill. You know, I'm not saying that Peyton Turner is going to be a bust, but they did not draft well. Good, Matt King. You can hate the Bucks all you want. People love you, boy. All right, 20,000 subscribers, 3.3, 3.4 million views. Someone that calls it right down the middle. I mean, what would you want of me? You want me to lie to everyone on the internet? You want me to lie to everyone on YouTube so I can just make everyone's feelings feel good? I mean, I got to call it how I see it, and either you're going to be able to take it or you're not. You know what I mean? But I spit facts, and there's a reason why I'm not like anyone else that's on the social media circuits or on YouTube. I call it right down the middle. When my Bucks are bad, they're bad, and I'll tell you. And I did for all those years. The first 4 years or 3 years on YouTube, I told you how bad the Buccaneers were and how great the Saints were, right? If I was so biased, I wouldn't be saying those things, you know? My favorite running back in the league is AK-41. If I'm such a hater of all the other teams in the NFL, why would my favorite running back in the league be on the ultimate rival of my Buccaneers? So, you know, I know football. You may think that you know football, but if you want to, you know, step in the ring with Ali, you better do your research if you're going to be spitting out bombs in the chat. That's facts. Well, think about this. If you still had Drew Brees, don't you think you'd be a lot more confident than Jameis or Taysom? Let's be honest. Even if Drew Brees started to get a little bit of a noodle arm, right, and it maybe wasn't, you know, as consistent downfield, his leadership, his pregame speeches, that fire, that energy, you know what I mean? You would be a better team with Brees there, even with the losses on the defense. You know, you would be able to compete the NFC South. If you had Brees, winning the NFC South again would be more realistic. Even with Brees there, with those defensive pieces being gone. But since Brees is not there, I mean, like I said, we retired him. That's facts. Brees wasn't necessarily holding you back. You just got fucking outplayed by my defense. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? It's time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Let's go. Big sack lunch. And at this point, Nola, I mean, if we were going based off what you were saying, you would have had 4 Super Bowls in the last 4 years. But if I'm going to go back into the stats, how many Super Bowls did the Saints win when they had the best record in the NFL for the last 4 seasons? How many did they have? Remind me again. How many? Oh, 0. Okay. And it's not like my reign in the NFL of being dominant. You know, all I wanted to be is just relevant. Oh, another sack lunch. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? It's time for another sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Once we ended up getting Brady and Gronk and AB, and, you know, really it was the Tristan Wirfs, the Antoine Winfield Jr., those were really the main ones, like Devin White, you know, and having guys, vet guys like Levante David still there, right? But after Gronk goes, if we still end up getting a, you know, decent quarterback, we could still be relevant. You know what I mean? Having Tom Brady, you have to understand. I mean, that's like another coach there. So we have like 4 coaches with Leftwich and Bowles and BA and Brady. It's just a special situation. Kansas City Chiefs are the New England Patriots, where they can have success for the next 10 to 15 years. They will be the favored team to go to the Super Bowl every single year. Tampa Bay's reign will be for maybe a couple more seasons, and then we'll probably fall back and end up being from an elite team to hopefully a good team, not a horrible team, you know, depending on if we can keep a lot of the vets there as well. So I'm just enjoying it for as long as it's going to go. I know it's not going to last forever, and you have to understand, you know, we had a horrible team from 2008 to 2019. Not a lot of people can stick through a team for 10 plus years of shit. So
When making the Kentucky Fried Chicken sandwich, people asked how I felt about burgers.
Yeah. Oh, the banter between NFC South fan bases. And it's funny too, because a lot of times when I'm critical of teams or players like Jameis, you think I'm just like everyone else on the internet that's just a shit talking punk that's just talking shit to your team, your players, your fan base, but I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm very critical of my players too when my team is bad, my coaches when they're bad. When Lovie Smith was my coach and you've had all these other fucking guys there, I knew the team was going to be bad based off the coaching. Greg Schiano, get the fuck out of here. I already knew when my team was going to be bad. But like I said, some fan bases can take criticism and some can't. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is, and Saints fans, whether you want to admit it or not, all right, Jameis and Taysom are not good enough to be starters for your team of excellence to the Saints standard that Breeze set for you guys for years and years and years. And this will be the last year that Jameis is a starter on any team for the rest of his career. Facts. There's going to be a lot of interceptions, a lot of turnovers. And like I said, if you don't think that the turnovers are going to happen, look at week 1. 6. That's not a good look. All right, I know it's preseason, but that's not what you want to see from your QBs. Neither one really played that good. I mean, you're going to have some good plays and you're going to have some horrible plays, but if you have more horrible and bad plays, it's going to weed out the good ones. That's facts. That's facts. Might be a while. I mean, I'm maximizing my opportunity right now. If we can end up winning this one again and we go back to back, or best case scenario, we win this year and we win next year. We go back to back to back and we three-peat. Will it happen? Probably not. Will we even get to the Super Bowl this year? I don't know. I just want to be competitive. You know what I mean? And right now, just maximize my fandom and my legacy. And even when, Tom Brady's gone, it's not like I'm going to stop rooting for my team. I'm still going to be watching all the games and rooting for them the same way when I had Jameis or Josh Freeman or Jeff Garcia or Chris Sims. That's facts. Careful what you wish for, Nola. The Panthers might be better than y'all this year. I'm telling you, they got great wide receivers, great running back. Darnold's underrated. Jeremy Chin is a beast. Brian Spider-Burns is a beast. J.C. Horn's a beast. I kind of like the Panthers overall more than the Saints. I love the Saints offensive line better than the Panthers. Ryan Ramczyk, you guys have studs on the line. There's no doubt about it there. Coach Rule hasn't done as much as Sean Payton, so you got to give Payton the X, or the check mark there. But the defense, Saints defense, DeMario Davis and Cameron Jordan, you guys got guys, no doubt, you got guys, but the Panthers defense is being a little slept on too. So Panthers are coming. You can tell, the Panthers are getting better, right? The Falcons are trying to get better, but we'll have to see after post Matt Ryan era. They got Kyle Pitts, which is nice, but O-line is trash. Defense is trash. So they're not going to win that many games. Okay. Panthers are trending upwards. The Saints are kind of, I'm not saying they're trending upwards or trending downwards, but it's not looking too good, and at least in my eyes. You know what I mean? You guys had your 4 years. You guys had your ring of dominance, right? You had 4 years to get the Super Bowl and it didn't happen. Just like when the Seahawks were good with the Legion of Boom or when the Niners were good with Kaepernick, right? You have one chance, maybe two, to get to an NFC or AFC championship game, and hopefully you can get to a Super Bowl and win. And if you don't, then you're going to have to rebuild. It's like that for every team besides the New England Patriots in the last 20 years, because they had Brady and Belichick and McDaniels for the most part, right? Or maybe the Kansas City Chiefs now, as long as Mahomes and Andy Reid is there. But if you're not any of those teams, New England from the past or Kansas City now, you're only going to have a realistic 4 to 5 year run. Injuries, free agency, people wanting money, people leaving. Some things you can't control. That's facts. 2nd down and 5, 4:50 left in the third quarter. 25-0. Another grab by New England. I did not think that this was going to happen. But obviously with the Eagles, if Jalen Hurts was playing, the game would be a little bit closer. And like I said, I love the NFC South. Trust me. You know what I mean? Like Michael Thomas, great player. AK-41, my favorite running back. Ryan Ramczyk come to Tampa Bay. DeMario Davis, I love him. He was on the Jets and the Browns, and the Saints made him. Love him, right? Cameron Jordan, love him. All right? Lattimore, I don't want to say I love him, but I would take him on my team, even though him and Mike Evans hate each other, and obviously there's beef there. I still respect that Lattimore is a top 10 corner. I'm not a hater. I'm not going to say he sucks, The only one that I don't really like is Jameis because I just don't trust him. You know, he's a liability out there for your guys' team. I would know. He was my quarterback for 4 or 5 years. I just don't think he's the type of guy. He's just too much of a knucklehead, too much of a me guy. You know what I mean? He's not Drew Brees where he's a team guy first. Jameis is a me guy. He's always going to be a me guy. He's always that cocky fucker that could have played baseball or football, the big man on campus, and he's never let that down. You know what I mean? It's me instead of team. You ain't going to win shit with a guy like that. So, I mean, it kind of suits the Saints' personality, though. You know what I mean? Cocky, right? Maybe thinking that he's better than he is, Jameis. You know, maybe Saints fan base thinking that they're better than they are. Sometimes you got to come to a harsh reality, right? That maybe your team isn't as good as you were. You're hoping that you can still maybe make a wild card, you know, and be competitive. But let's be realistic. Even if the Saints made it, right, they wouldn't be able to beat anybody that is above them. Cardinals, Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Packers, Tampa, Washington football team. I mean, you know, maybe against the Vikings, maybe you would have a shot. But and past history says that you wouldn't. You've already lost twice to them in the playoffs. So, I mean, I just don't trust Taysom or Jameis. You have to understand what I'm saying because I know Saints fans are thinking the same thing. You don't trust. You can't just go from Drew Brees and go down like that. It's like the Broncos when you went from John Elway to Peyton Manning, and then you got guys like Brock Osweiler and Teddy Two Gloves and Drew Lock. Even though Drew Lock's got some potential, you need someone better. Nice grab. Oh, fighting for those yards on 3rd and 7, trying to get into the end zone. But, you know, when you have legends that are your quarterback and then you go from the next guy after, that's a hard thing to be able to come back from. Joe Montana, they had Steve Young, right? But after Steve Young and, you know, going through some of the other quarterbacks, that's a tough thing to go through, living in the shadow of a legend, you know? And obviously Taysom Hill, if you put him in, Jameis can only play one position. You know, Jameis has got an arm. There's no doubt about that. But the thing that he's known for is turnovers. And the one thing that kills you in the NFL is turnovers. All right. If you turn the football over, you're not winning football games. I don't know how hard it is for Saints fans to see that. If you turn the football over, regardless if you had LASIK or not, if you can't, complete on 3rd down, you can't complete in the red zone, you have a lack of weapons, you know, due to either injuries, Michael Thomas, or guys not being there like Emmanuel Sanders. Yes, you got AK-41 in a good line, but you can't hand off the ball 40 times a game. You're going to kill the guy. You're going to kill AK-41. You can't hand it off that many times. So you got to have guys that are accurate, that don't turn the ball over. And out of all the guys in the NFL, I mean, the guy that turns over the ball the most is fucking Jameis Winston. Fuck, I'd rather have Nathan Peterman over Jameis Winston. No cap. I mean, I want a guy that's not going to turn the fucking football over. Nathan Peterman turns the football over, but it seems like once he joined the Raiders, some of the turnovers have kind of gone away. It's not the same quarterback, you know, that we used to see on different teams other than the Raiders. I'm not a Jameis fan. You know what I mean? Marcus Mariota, you know, you think I'm a bandwagon homer. Oh, you know, if I had Marcus Mariota on Tampa, we would have won. No, with the coaching staff and who I had on the roster, Marcus Mariota on Tampa wouldn't have worked either. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the difference is Marcus Mariota is not a knucklehead. And if you give that guy a shot, like on New England, you know, a team like that, even though Mac Jones and Cam Newton's there and Marcus Mariota got a shot, he could revitalize his career, in my opinion, like a Ryan Tannehill. Maybe not be a top 10 quarterback, but he could be top 18, you know, top 15, top 13 possibly. You know what I mean? So I think Marcus Mariota still has a little bit more left in the tank. He's a better decision maker, doesn't turn the football over. But what's going to kill you in football is turnovers. Fumbling the ball, pick sixes, fucking up in the second half, staring down your receivers. You know, Jameis kind of scratches off all those boxes. I mean, he is the turnover machine of the NFL. So, I mean, if you turn the football over, you're not winning. 33 touchdowns, 30 picks, 5,000 yards don't mean shit. 33 touchdowns and 5,000 yards, great, right? 30 interceptions, you never win in anything. Look at Tom Brady's stats last year to Jameis's. I'll take Brady's stats all day long. And for all of y'all that thought he was washed, how did he finish 3rd in passing at 43 years old? Didn't turn the football over. Good decision maker. And like I said, I want the Saints to be good. See, that's a big part, you know, of the Saints fan base being dumb. Not all y'all Saints fans are dumb, but sometimes some of y'all are dumb, all right? I want y'all to be good. I want y'all to have the next Drew Brees there. I want to have those competitive matchups where I could lose or lose big, like 38-3 last year, you know, on week 9 or week 1 when you guys beat us too, right? I want you guys to be good. I want the Panthers to be good. I want the Falcons to be good. Shit, I want the Detroit Lions to be good. I know Jared Goff and the Goffets ain't going to cut it. You know, I root for the bad teams. Not that I'm saying the Saints are a bad team, but you're not the same team without Drew Brees. That's facts. Oh, Jags fan saying something bold. So the Jags will beat the Saints. Whew. You never know. It's just like when the Raiders beat the Saints and Nola and all the Saints fans thought they were going to blow them out, and then you have to say that they cheated. Come on, man. TN Jose, what are your thoughts about the Patriots this year? I think they could be a playoff team. You know what I mean? You got Belichick, you got McDaniels, Mac Jones, and Cam. You got better weapons coming back, you know, from COVID that were not there on defense last year. But Chiefs better, Browns better, Bills better, Titans better, probably Chargers better. But then you got the Ravens, right? And then you got the New England Patriots and the Dolphins. Those are teams, they're going to be jockeying for a wild card. And we're going to have to see where it goes. Pittsburgh might be in the mix as well. So I think that they're not going to beat the Bills. You know, the Bills are going to win the AFC East, but New England could make the playoffs. And they could steal one of the spots over Miami. When you have Belichick and you have McDaniels, and if you have good quarterback play, and if they can, you know, stay healthy, look at this game, 32-0. You kidding me? Kidding me? That's a good question, Tian Jose. I don't think that the New England Patriots are Super Bowl contenders. I think that they're playoff, you know, worthy. They're on the bubble with like the Dolphins, you know, with the Chargers, the Ravens, you know. But when you have Bill Belichick, obviously, you know that you have a little bit of an advantage, cheating or not. You know what I mean? But I don't see them going to an AFC championship game. I mean, the best teams to me are obviously the Chiefs, the Browns, the Bills, and then maybe the Titans. Those are my top four. And then I got teams like the Chargers, the Patriots, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Dolphins. They're on that next tier. And then obviously on the NFC, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Rams, Niners, you know, kind of at the top. And then you got, you know, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, you know, the Vikings, Washington football team on that next tier. So I'm excited about the Jags, Toby. I'm excited, man. 32-0. Goddamn.
That's the fourth sack for the Patriots tonight.
Fourth sack lunch. My, oh, my.
All right, let's look at it right here. We'll try to see what the...
All right.
All right, there's 5 left, so somebody's wrong.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. I think we've only had a couple donations so far throughout Cash App and on here. I mean, even if it's $1, everything helps. You know, your boy doesn't do this shit for free. Your boy's grinding, work hard, 2 full-time jobs. Show some love for your boy. You know what I mean? Buy a hoodie, $34.99. Donate to your boy if you can. Be active in the comment section. Show some love. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people that put on this much dedication and passion having 2 jobs. All right, 2 full-time jobs at that. Show some love for your boy. 1 minute left in the third quarter, 4th and 10, 32-0 Patriots. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ORION, NWSF, or the YouTube super chat on here. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Hoodies are $34.99. Black. They look fresh, like NWO, New World Order 4 life, brother. Get one for you or one of your family members, boyfriend, girlfriend. Support your boy, no matter where you live across the United States or around the globe. And make sure you follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Let's go. 3.4 million views, over 1,100 videos and live streams and original content on the channel, 100,000 hours dedicated to reading and research and film study, all the blood, sweat, and tears. And we're a couple hundred subs away from the 20,000 subscriber mark. So we're going to get there. Obviously, as we get throughout the NFL season, going to be doing a lot of preseason, a lot of NFL. SummerSlam is this weekend as well as NXT. Will we see CM Punk on AEW Rampage tomorrow? Possibly. Wrestling is starting to get good again with the fans coming back. So we got wrestling, we got WWE, we got AEW, we got NFL, college football. Things are in full swing. NBA will be here sooner than later, here in a couple months. And then we got, obviously, the MLB playoffs in October, which will be very exciting as well. So things are really getting to a good time right now in sports, and that's big facts. Man, I can't believe the score in this game. Fucking crazy. 32-0. I don't think anyone thought that. Oh, look at Nola trying to promote his shit on my channel. Is that what you're doing now, Nola? Huh? It's all good, man. I got you. Yeah, if I was able to play the Sports Fanatic or, some of the songs on here, obviously with this platform, it's a little bit different than the OBS that I was using, but I'll always support you, my guy, even though you're a crazy motherfucker. You a crazy motherfucker. All right? You bias as shit, but I do support the hell out of you, through thick and thin, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you're a grinder, you have a dream, I can respect that. You know what I mean? Your boy works very hard. And I know you work hard as well. I got you, my guy. Calvin Griffin in the building. What to do?
Thanks for all the great photos for our social spotlight presented by Pepsi. Stevie's ready for the
Man, I can't believe the score of this game. I'm going to be doing, hopefully I can end up doing, the Chiefs and the Cardinals tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. And then they also have the Washington football team versus the Bengals. So we'll see what is available for me to do tomorrow after I get off work. We'll see how tired I am and see if I can do that. And then obviously we got SummerSlam on Saturday, which I'll be doing a live stream watch party for that. My boy Swaggy P, the Colts fan that was here for the NFC Championship game, Bucks and Packers, as well as the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, should be here on Saturday with me. So we'll be watching SummerSlam together. So you guys can watch SummerSlam together. It should be fantastic. And then they got NXT on Sunday. I might do a live stream for that as well. Flag on the play. Replay first down. 32-0 Patriots. No Jalen Hurts tonight, which was a little disappointing. I was going to think Mac Jones or Jalen Hurts, who's going to play better, some kind of illness or whatnot, or they're trying to protect him. So you had Flacco, but, your boy still grinds, man. I love football. I don't give a shit if it's 32-0. That kind of reminds me of the score Tampa Bay used to have against anyone that we were playing when we had Jameis or prior to Jameis. I mean, there was a lot of games where it was this bad, so. Calvin Griffin, my boy, how are you? Missed you, my guy. Can't wait to be able to get everyone back in the building once we get into the, regular, season with everything. Monday Night Football, Thursday night, Sunday night. I'm going to be grinding. Still got to get a wall mount, but I still have the TV. I mean, I can still see about 3/4 of the TV right here, but gosh, this new TV I got, it's like this 4K picture. I mean, it's so crystal clear. It's amazing, man. Nice 43-incher in the studio. It's exciting, man. I just can't wait for SummerSlam. Can't wait for the NFL regular season. Can't wait for college football as well. Everything is coming into full swing. Got a good gain on Twitter. A few hundred, followers within the last couple days, which is awesome. So I'm getting closer to a good number on there, getting to 1,000, 2,000. You know what I mean? Obviously, I haven't really, got to a point where I was really trying to interact on Twitter to get, different followers and whatnot. But obviously to try to gain more followers on every platform is going to help. So if I get more Twitter followers, then they go to the channel and check it out and they like it, then I can get maybe some more, subscribers instead of you getting these people just for clout, just trying to get subscribers or views. And just all these people on social media are crazy nowadays, just trying to do anything to get famous. Their 5 minutes of fame. So. And if anyone's following me on Twitter, if I don't follow back, they have a restriction on my account because I was at 500 something and now I'm almost at 900. So I don't know. They got some restrictions where I can't follow everyone back just yet. So give it some time, give it a couple days, and hopefully by Monday I'll be able to follow back everyone that followed. So, oh, baby. Time for some water. NWSF Chain Gang. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Woo. Oh, she's loving it. They're getting their ass kicked, but she don't care. Let's go. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate if you can. Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Hoodies, $34.99. Cop one if you can. For you, boy. And make sure you follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Appreciate every single one of y'all in the room, even the crazy ones like Young Nola. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. The best fans on planet Earth, the Fanatic family. Field goal kicking has been horrible. Extra points have been horrible. It's pretty much been a very dominant game up front. The battle in the trenches have been won by New England. But, again, if we would have had Jalen Hurts, this game would have been much, much closer. $14 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday. Love you guys and I appreciate you guys. I know I always try to show the love and the appreciation. You know, the Fanatic family is an amazing group of fans here on YouTube. It's just one of those things where, you know, you're going to get biased fans, like some of the Saints fans, like Nola. You're going to get crazy fans. You're going to get biased fans of every team out there all across the globe. But this is one place where we can all come together, banter, talk shit, and just enjoy football. Enjoy the NFL, enjoy college football and wrestling, because those are the three things that I really love the most: NFL, college football, and AEW, WWE, WWF, ECW, WCW. Facts. Nice route. Woo. Yeah, seriously, the Eagles got to score something, man. Fuck. But I don't see the Eagles making the playoffs this season, not just based off this score of 32-0. I mean, I think that they are kind of in rebuilding mode. But if anyone can make something happen, it's in that NFC least, you know, division. Dak probably isn't going to be healthy all year. Danny Dimes probably doesn't got it. Washington football team seems like the most well-rounded team to me. You know, you got Ryan Fitzmagic, you got Heineke from Meineke, Antonio Gibson, Logan Thomas, Scary Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel. You got a good O-line, defense, Chase Young and company, all those Alabama players. So not saying it's going to be impossible for the Eagles, but it might be better for them not to make the playoffs, so that way they get good draft picks and then they can rebuild and then hopefully get some free agents and then maybe move up from fourth place in the division all the way up to second or first the following year, depending on guys that they get in the draft if they can hit on there. So and as far as New England is concerned, on the flip side, I don't think that they're a Super Bowl contender, but I definitely think that they could make the playoffs. Wild card, not beating the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East, but they could be one of the teams in the playoffs that could upset someone. You know, you got them, the Chargers, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Dolphins. Those are kind of the bubble teams that could do some damage, right? But the top dogs are the Chiefs, the Browns, and the Bills. And then maybe the Titans, you know, that might be in that picture, just depending on what the defense can do. Offense should be litty, but the defense still has some question marks. That's facts. But those are my teams that I think I like the most as far as AFC right now. Chiefs, Browns, Bills, Titans. Those are the ones that I like the most as of right now. I really like the Chargers, you know, and then you got Ravens and New England. There's a few others there. Steelers and Dolphins are on the bubble. And then obviously the Bucks, Packers, Rams, Niners, Seahawks, Cardinals. And then you got teams like maybe Dallas, the Giants, Eagles, Vikings. I mean, we don't really know what you're going to get. And we'll see what the Colts can do also with Carson Wentz and, you know, Quentin Nelson coming back from the injury too. So 32-0. Embarrassing. Let's get some fucking points, dude.
football we can. So really kind of dictate what we want to do. If you can have an offense that can do that, then you'll be a really good one. Great, thanks so much. Thank you. Scott, Ross, back to you.
It's good to have him back again. And that's a big part of the reason why you're seeing 14 different starting combinations last year. Well, take your
the most combinations for an offensive line in the last like 20 or 30 years was from like the Eagles last year. It's like so many different combinations of offensive line. You can't expect a team to be good when they're missing so many games. It's just crazy. They got some good talent on the offensive line, the Eagles. Brooks is nice. Lane Johnson is nice. Kelsey is nice. You got guys that have potential like Mariota, Dillard. I mean, they got guys. They used to have Jason Peters, but obviously we know he's getting a little bit older. But Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Brooks, when healthy, fire. But that's the big question. Can they stay healthy, though? We have really no answer to that question just yet. First down and 10. Fucking A, New England about to score again. Fling of the wrist. First down, Patriots. Brian Hoyer slinging it and flinging it. You got Cam Newton, Mac and Cheese, Mac Jones, Hoyer. I think they still have Stidham on the roster, too. They need to keep everyone on the offensive line, though, Finley. You know, the Eagles are going to need that depth because obviously their offensive line got fucking obliterated, and the defense is getting older, too. You got Fletcher Cox and Darius Slay, but beyond that, are there guys that you can really count on game in and game out? And those guys are kind of getting older, even though they're still pretty good players, especially Fletcher Cox. But NFC East is going to be very exciting to watch this year. Nice tackle. Nice tackle by the Eagles. Second down and goal. Love offensive line. Love defense. A lot of y'all watch the quarterback and the running back and the wide receiver and the tight end. I'm always looking at the offensive line and the D-line first. Love watching the defense progressions, the pancakes, the pulling, the run blocking, the pass blocking, the adjustments in the game. You got to have a good center. Halfback toss. Oh, going nowhere.
Small victories at this point, Scott. And if they can stop them here, hold them to a field goal, that is a small victory. But we'll take it at this point. Brothers got 3 receivers. They slide. They're really right foot to right. Mike is staying to the right side. Hoyer scrambling, throws it away.
Hoyer incomplete.
I would admit, but good coverage, no doubt. And Hoyer had nowhere to go with the ball. Really good coverage. Kevon Seymour back there. Sean Bradley had good coverage. And then the Eagle fan in the second row got the pick. It was good all the way around.
All right, 4th and goal, going for a field goal. Field goals have been horrible today, as well as extra points. Let's see if we can get somewhere near the crossbar. Nope. Yep. Field goal's good. Fucking A, man. Finally.
9:03 left to go. You said small victories, right? Sometimes small victories come from very big plays from folks in the stands.
That's sad when they're showing a fan catching a ball, and that's the highlight of the game. Damn. Not good. Not good. Come on, Eagles. Yeah, I think both of them, you know, if you put Taysom Hill in the game, right, then you're taking away his Swiss Army knife ability to come in and do RPO, you know, with AK-41 Alvin Kamara, the alien, you know, to run fullback, running back, tight end, wide receiver, special teams, kick returner, punt returner, even though they have Harris now, who's one of the best special teams players in the league, right? And then that leaves Jameis on the bench. Taysom has proven that he turns the football over also. So it's not like Taysom is this savior where Jameis turns all the, footballs over every game and Taysom doesn't. Taysom fucks up too. So, he's fumbling and throwing interceptions also. So, but they also both throw touchdown passes and can get some good first downs and have some chemistry. We saw Callaway with some good chemistry with the quarterbacks. So there is some bright spots there. But the thing that I worry about is just consistency and just the turnovers. That's really what's going to kill the Saints or any football team, as we go into 2021. If you can't keep the football, especially if you're on a long drive and then you throw a pick in the red zone or in the end zone or you fumble the ball away. I mean, that could be really demoralizing, not only for the team, but the defense. When they got to go back out there again, the defense gets tired. They give up more points. So if you don't have a consistent offense, it really is going to put a lot of pressure on the defense. So you could end up having a top 5 defense, but they're out there all the time. They're going to go from top 5 to probably top 15 because they're just going to be giving up points because they're going to have bad field position and they're going to be stuck, having to try to be elite every single time. And it just, unless you have good depth, to sub in some guys, it's just going to explode. So, but we will see. 35-0, New England. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on Cash App, $ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Hoodies are $34.99. Get one for you or someone in the fam. It'd be greatly appreciated. And follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. 9:03 left. 35-0. Eagles fans in a little bit of shock, especially when the game is in Philly. Imagine if you paid a few $100s for seats to watch your team score 0. I mean, obviously you're thinking that Jalen Hurts was going to play and the hype that, with Devontae Smith and whatnot, but I think this is not good. I mean, like I said, you can start to see some foreshadowing in preseason. Of course, you're not going to see the starters, the full rounds, all 4 quarters, but you want to be able to see your depth that you have. And like I said, sometimes you can still be a great team and lose week 1, just like the Saints, right? And the Buccaneers, we both lost week 1. Saints had a lot of turnovers. Trask couldn't really get it done in the second half. And you can tell when your starters are that much better than your bench guys. But you want to see a little bit of life out of the second string and third string guys. And it's kind of alarming when you don't see life. And if you don't have depth, that's going to fuck you over too in the NFL. I love football, man. I don't give a shit if it's, I don't like blowout scores. I want it to be competitive and close. But, if football's on, I'm going to watch it no matter what. Got to see the positives in every game. Handoff. Nice defense by New England. Michael, embarrassing performance by the Eagles. Didn't you tell me that the Eagles are going to be winning the NFC East? Didn't you tell me that, Michael? Doesn't look too good right now, does it? No Jalen Hurts, but 35-0. Not a good look. You can be the underdog, right? You can be the underdog, but you have to look at your team overall. Washington's got a lot more depth. The Giants have a lot more depth besides the Danny Dimes factor. Dallas has a great offense. Defense is very sus, but they do got guys like Micah Parsons that I love. So for people to think that the Eagles could be 3rd or 4th, rightfully so. There's a lack of weapons on defense, and we got to make sure that O-line stays healthy. You got Ertz, you got Goddard, you got Miles Sanders, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Brooks, you got Lane Johnson, you got Kelsey, Dillard, Mariota. You got weapons, but can they all stay healthy? Fletcher Cox, big play slang. Yeah, you said I picked Dallas to win the division. Well, if Dak Prescott can't be healthy, they're not going to win it. I like Washington right now personally because I'm a fan of defense. Got to have a well-balanced roster, offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. Dallas defense still going to be kind of suspect, even though Micah Parsons is great. DeMarcus Lawrence is great. Jalen Smith is great, but of course, man, I saw that. Ripped off the guy's helmet, punched him in the face. There was like 4 or 5 fights. Raiders had some fights. There's fights in every camp that has the joint practices. I did see that. I would expect a little bit more from fly like a butterfly, sting like AB, but there was probably a lot of shit talking going on, and sometimes shit like that happens, you know?
They're sure discussing it a lot, Ross. During the kick, personal foul, face mask, kicking team number 40.
NWSF chain gang in the building.
Penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down, timeout.
Yeah, I wouldn't exclude the Giants either. I mean, you know, if Danny Dimes can just be, you know, average, you know what I mean? Saquon's healthy for the whole year. They got great weapons at wide receiver. Offensive line is maybe a little shaky though. Defense gotten a little bit better too, but Joe Judge rides them hard. So, I mean, Dallas has got the best offense. Washington's got the best balance. Giants probably have the second best balance on offense, defense, and special teams, but Danny Dimes is a real big question mark. And the Eagles have some weapons, but just based off player for player, I mean, talent-wise, they might be the third or fourth, you know, in that NFC East. So, but I like Washington the best. And like I said, I don't think Dak is healthy, and that's going to be a big key.
What are you all doing with Patriots?
It's better than that presentation. You know, whether it's a fraction or a decimal.
Appreciate every single one of y'all in the building. Everyone that liked the video, smash the like button, donated to your boy, watch the game with me. Obviously, we wanted a score a little bit more competitive, but, you know, it's all good. I love preseason. I love the regular season. Doesn't matter what it is. You know, your boy's always going to be grinding.
Customize our monthly payment, down payment, and closing costs. And no caps.
It was a catastrophe.
Just no.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that for a lot of teams too that, you know, have the lack of depth. I mean, think about the Saints. You know, if AK-41 goes down, tears an ACL, they're fucked. There's no type of production Jameis or Taysom Hill are going to do with no Michael Thomas, no AK-41. I mean, you know, so it's like, yeah, you got Latavius Murray, and he's pretty good for like a replacement back, but he has no AK-41. He has no Alvin Kamara. That's facts. So depth can definitely kill you. That's why, you know, with like Tampa, you know, being recognized as like a number 1, number 2 team with the Chiefs, it's like we got Rob Gronkowski, we got OJ Howard, we got Cameron Brate, we got 3 tight ends. All right, got Mike Evans, we got Godwin, we got AB, we got Tyler Johnson, we got Darden. I mean, we got, you know, so many guys. We got Scotty Miller. I mean, it's like we got 6 or 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, 3 running backs. Getting Giovanni Bernard was great from the Bengals on top of Leonard Fournette, Lombardi, Lenny, and Rojo. I mean, it's just the depth that we have all over on defense and offense. I mean, you got that much depth at wide receiver and tight end, and you got Brady with great coaching all around him and a great defense like we do. I mean, who's to say that we're not going to repeat this year and go for 2? I think it's a real possibility. Nice run. First down, Patriots. Move the chains. I did see that, Finley. Obviously, I'm always on Twitter. I'm always reading anything NFL. Prayers up for Carl. Not a good look. Not a good look. I hate when guys get injured like that.
They could take a step forward from last week. I think, though, talking with him yesterday, he certainly felt like they took a step forward.
Yeah, but the offense will be fun to watch. I'm telling you, Zach Wilson and the weapons that they have out there on offense are going to surprise some people this year. They might steal a few games that people are counting them out on. Fumble. He coughed it up. The first really good play for the Eagles defense. Almost too late. 6:47 left in the fourth quarter. Hopefully we get some points for at least pride for the Eagles. But one thing, like for, you know, Eagles fans, I don't like Sirianni. You know what I mean? There's certain coaches, you know, that I like or I don't like Dan Campbell on Detroit. You know, he can be kind of a meathead guy, but he's not the guy that's going to get them, you know, to the Super Bowl, let alone the playoffs. Sirianni, he's the guy that you're going to keep around for a year or two, fire him, and then hopefully the next guy is the guy. But I don't really like Sirianni that much personally. I mean, he could be a good coach, but there's just certain attributes I look for in a coach, and I'm not sure if that's going to be a good fit there. If I had to put money on it that they end up firing him in the next couple of years, I'd feel pretty strong about that. I just don't think he's the guy for that job. Just like I thought, you know, certain guys like Anthony Lynn for the Chargers, I thought that he wasn't a good coach. Horrible and clock management. Like I knew that wasn't good enough, and I had a lot of buddies that were Charger fans, and I kept telling them it's not good enough. Just like Taysom and Jameis, not good enough. Drew Lock and Teddy Two Gloves on Denver, not good enough. You got to be better. You got to have better talent than those guys. Just facts. Trevor Lawrence, baby.
It's such an exciting time for a fan. What we got was pretty good.
I'm loving this.
He's different than anybody we've ever seen.
Let's go. Appreciate every single one of y'all. The best fans on planet Earth, the Fanatic family, you guys. Wish the game was a little bit more competitive, but, I always like just, bullshitting with you guys, just talking football, shooting around, different facts and opinions and, different bias of your favorite players or favorite teams. I call it right down the middle, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a competitive football game with the Chiefs and the Cardinals tomorrow, as well as the Bengals and the Washington football team. But also, I thought Jalen Hurts was going to play today, and I know that this game would have been closer. Eagles probably wouldn't have won this game, but at least they would have put up, you would think, at least like 17, 14-17. At least you would hope so. Great effort right there. Finally, someone wants to make a play for the Eagles. Let's go. Big play. All right, come on, Eagles. Come on now. See, I hate when teams are getting their ass kicked and getting their brakes beat off of them. I'm always rooting, for the underdog or the underdog story. Because I've been there. I'm a Buccaneer fan. It hasn't really been all great for me. Yeah, I got the Super Bowl last year, and I got Super Bowl 37, but there was a big stretch of garbage for 10 or 11, 12 years. Not good. No playoffs. Oregon Ducks can't win the Natty, but, it is what it is. Blazers can get to a Western Conference Finals and lose, but they're not very good very often, and Dame might be leaving. And then Mariners are usually trash, decent this year. Dodgers for my dad, at least they got the pennant last year. So that's like one championship caliber team with, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But, being a fan of the Blazers and the Mariners and the Buccaneers and Ducks, there's been a lot of heartache. It's not like I'm a bandwagon guy. It's like all of a sudden, I'm a Kobe guy, and then I'm a Warriors guy. Now I'm back to the Lakers again with LeBron. There's a lot of bandwagon people that are out there. Got no respect for those people. All right, 35-0, second down and 10, 6:07 left in the fourth quarter on NFL Network. Eagles finally got a fumble recovery, bouncing out to the outside. First down, Eagles. Let's go. We're going to have a lot of different co-hosts on the channel this year. We're going to end up having a lot of guest appearances from fans on the channel also. Going to have about 5 to 10 different co-hosts hop on this season. A lot of different guests. This is going to be year 9 for me, year 5 on YouTube, 3.4 million views, 1,100 plus videos and live streams for original content, 100,000 hours dedicated to the channel plus of blood, sweat, and tears. And we're getting very close, bouncing to the outside. First down, Eagles, to that 20,000 subscriber mark. Need about 200 or 300 subs, less than 300. And then we'll be at that 20,000 subscriber mark. Once we hit that mark, I will be doing an NFL jersey giveaway. Ooh, nice shiftiness right there. Get in there, Mullins. Hit him. Block for your running back. Fuck. Doug E. Fresh. You probably haven't been on the channel in quite some time to ask a question like that. Screen pass. Nice tackle by New England. .440 left in the fourth quarter. 35-0 New England. Second down and 9 for the Eagles. Hopefully we get a little bit of a scoring drive before the game is over. I've answered that question, Dougie Fresh, 100 times. Since, the Super Bowl, since the NFC Championship game. Usually there'll be a mod that'll be in the room, to explain that. But You know, it's either you're dedicated or you're not. Hey, you know, I've said it plenty of times, you know what I mean? But like the first couple years, you know, there's dedication, right? Last couple years, you know, leaving at halftime, you know, coming when you want to. You can't have like successful partnership, you know, if you're just coming when you want to. You know, there's no duo or trio on YouTube that has a member leave at halftime or just show up, you know, whenever you want, or take a 6 or 7 month absence, or just come for a couple months. You know, so, you know, if someone quits or someone doesn't put in the effort, you know, you got to be able to move on, and you got to be able to, you know, have a new co-host, which we were going to have probably about 5 or 10 this season. Lots of guest hosts and guests on the channel through StreamYard. Fans will be able to be on the channel with me. But I mean, it is what it is, Dougie Fresh. 4th down and 11. 3:35 left in the fourth quarter. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is. It's time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Another sack lunch. You know, and I've sacrificed a lot for the channel. You know, PSA 9, Michael Jordan rookie card. You know, when I sold it, you know, 3-4 years ago to get the channel off the ground, you know, with the iMac that's like $3-4 grand, speakers that are grand, microphones that are $1,000. You know, I sold it for, you know, like $5,000-$6,000. You know, the Jordan rookie card now is worth like $20,000-$30,000. So I sacrificed a fucking lot, you know, to believe in myself and the dream. I can always get another Michael Jordan rookie card. All right. But 20,000 subscribers or a $20,000 card, if I didn't have a dream, right, I would obviously keep the card, you know, because once he passes away, that thing will be worth $40,000, $50,000, right? But sometimes you got to make sacrifices when you believe in yourself and when you have a dream. So, but I've always put in the time and the energy. I got 2 full-time jobs, you know, doing my regular job and doing this, and a lot of the research and the film study. You know, it's either you're fully on board or you're not. So, plus it's not fair to the fans. Intercepted, New England. The 20, the 30, nice pick. And like I said, it's not fair to the fans. You know what I mean? If you're, you know, not caring about them, or you only show up when you want to, you know, that's why I really have a lot of love for the fans. The Fanatic family is the best fans on planet Earth. Mullins, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers, just threw that a little bit too hard, a little bit too much mustard on that throw, gets tipped. Nice interception by New England. $35-0. Wow. Eagles, come on now. Oh, that might have been their last opportunity. Well, I'm not sure if they're going to embrace Twitter. I mean, there's no Jalen Hurts. So obviously with Jalen Hurts, it's a whole nother story. It's like the Cowboys without Dak. You know, it's when Dak is there, you're in the game. When Dak isn't playing, you're getting your ass kicked. You know, so it shows you how important Jalen Hurts is to this team, as well as Dak Prescott to the Dallas Cowboys. Facts. Fourth quarter, 2:40 remaining, 2nd down and 1. The Eagles have been just getting their ass kicked from the beginning of the snaps and the kickoff all the way now to the fourth quarter. Not a lot of positivity and a lot of positive words that you can say for Philadelphia. No Jalen Hurts tonight. Not a lot of effort shown for Philly. And like I said, when you see poor performances out of your team, even in preseason, yeah, that shit kind of carries over into the regular season. So when they say that the Eagles might finish in 3rd or 4th place, when you see 35-0, you know, some of the experts might be right. And I know it's preseason, and I know Jalen Hurts didn't play, but, you know, you got to put up something. 0? That's not a good look in preseason. Yeah. $35-0. They're like, everyone's like, where's dinner? Where's dinner? Yeah, you know, obviously with, you know, Mullins and the 49ers and all those great weapons, you know, and Kyle Shanahan to me is one of the best coaches in the NFL. I'm not a fan of Sirianni personally. Like I said, he is going to get fired within a year or two. I mean, it is what it is. The results will speak for themselves. All right. But winning 2 or 3 games, that might be a little harsh. But obviously 4 to 8 wins, that might be the Eagles' wheelhouse this season, whether they want to admit it or not. So.
One call to USAA got a tow, claim paid, and even a grandma's dog tags back. Their quote. 2 minutes left to go. What has been a long and, in a lot of ways, frustrating night for the Eagles. Let's take a look at our play of the game, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Well, not a lot to choose from for the Eagles, quite frankly, so let's show the hustle by a second-year undrafted guy, Raekwon Williams. No quit.
Oh, man. Appreciate every single one of y'all watching the game with me, or what we thought was going to be a game. Philly fans are going to be depressed. Twitter will be all after them, but no Jalen Hurts, so, let's take it with a grain of salt. But like I said, it's football. So, I mean, 35, 38, 41-0, whatever. Like I said, I'm still enjoying at least the bright spots. You just want to be able to see some effort, on the offense and the defense. But one thing that we can agree on is the kicking game is absolutely horrible this preseason for every team. Wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, that's one thing. But to be able not to make an extra point or a field goal is very embarrassing, but it also shows you how hard it is in the NFL. That's facts. Yeah, you're going to need Devontae Smith. They need that. They need him to be like a Marvin Harrison. They need that desperately. Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, him, Miles Sanders. It's just they got some weapons, but like I said, they are in rebuilding mode. It's like the Saints fans telling me that they're going to be better without Drew Brees, or the Eagles fans telling me that they're not in rebuilding mode. Okay, 2-minute warning.
On the field in terms of their accomplishments, but in the film room, trying to get better as players. And he said that that's exactly what they're doing as a group right now.
They're just kneeling this shit. They're like, get the fuck out of here, they said. And we got our ass kicked. All right, New England. So right now it's like, okay, New England, 35-0. I know it's preseason, but they're starting to open some eyes for like, okay, you got Kansas City. All right, you got the Browns. You got the Bills. You got the Titans. You got the Chargers. And the Ravens. But maybe New England. Not saying that they're good enough to make an AFC championship game. I don't think so. But I think they could win a playoff game this year. They definitely could upset someone with their roster. Belichick and McDaniels always get their players to get the most out of their players and get their players motivated to play. 2nd down and 11, another kneel down. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, certain personalities, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know if he's the guy. I mean, to go from Dougie P, and then the Frank Reich and then Carson Wentz to this guy, I mean, this doesn't seem like this guy is going to be successful. Just saying. First 4 regular season opponents: Falcons, Niners, Cowboys, Chiefs. So you might be able to beat the Falcons, but if you drop that game, you're probably going 0-4. You better pray you beat Atlanta, because if you don't, you're going to start the year off 0-4. And once it's 0-4, you're fucked. Wow.
These two men did a lot of work together in advance of this week and through this week. New England's visit to Philadelphia. Join us next Friday at 7:30 p.m. as the Eagles travel to New Jersey to face the Jets. Take to NBC 10 for the postgame show.
Final score: New England Patriots 35, Philadelphia Eagles 0. I was hoping there would be a little bit more action in the game, but I appreciate every single one of y'all, smashing the like button, donating to your boy on Cash App or through the channel that, decided to hang out with your boy. Like I said, it's very, very much appreciated. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Hopefully I'll be able to get in the studio and call the Bengals and the Washington football team. That'll be the secondary game where I can call a little bit of that. And when I have that one on my phone, and on the TV will be the Chiefs versus the Cardinals, Mahomes versus Kyler. I don't know if you're going to get a lot from each quarterback, but those two games are on tomorrow at 5 p.m., so hopefully I can do that. SummerSlam, Saturday, live stream with my boy Swaggy P. He'll be in the building. And then also we have NXT on Sunday, so I'll be doing a live stream watch party for those as well. Senile, Finley, everyone in the building, I appreciate you guys very, very much. Dougie Fresh and everyone else. I love you guys, appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Hopefully the preseason games are better than this. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us, your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. And WSF Chain Gang in the building. Love you. Appreciate you. I'll be back. Peace. Gang.